On ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports 76ers guard Ben Simmons did not participate in an individual workout at the team facility today. Simmons was suspended for the season opener last night, a win on the road against the Pelicans. ESPN's Doris Burke.
As much as we've talked about the drama and how that's going to weigh on the Sixers, and it is, those are facts. The first question Doc was asked in the postgame was sort of the Ben Simmons situation. But I really believe, Key, that Joel Embiid is going to relish the opportunity to take on leadership in a very tough moment for them.
Doris Burke on Key J and Max. It's unclear if Simmons will play in tomorrow night's home opener against the Nets. That game on ESPN at 7:30 Eastern. Game 5 of the NLCS tonight in Los Angeles. The Braves lead the Dodgers 3-1, just like they did last year before the Dodgers came roaring back to win 3 straight and then the World Series title. Lefty Max Fried starts for Atlanta tonight. The Dodgers haven't announced theirs yet. Our coverage of Game 5 starts at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. It's a travel day in the ALCS. The Astros hope to wrap up the pennant at home tomorrow night in Game 6 against the Red Sox. Week 7 in the NFL, the Browns hosting the Broncos tonight in Cleveland.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Hey, Jason Kelsey, screw you. How about that? How's that to start the show?
Casey, make sure that you tag Jason Kelsey in that.
Yeah, do that. Jason Kelsey, don't talk about stuff you don't know.
And say it's from Brent A.S. Jackson, not Austin Lane.
That's
please,
right.
Because I actually know Jason.
Kelsey.
Yeah, we have
you hanging out with
the
Keyshawn
same
Johnson
agent
these days? I mean, what is that? Let's go. We'll welcome. Hey, Jason Kelsey, come on down. Come on down to String Sports Brewery here on a Thursday. And you tell us after you leave, after a few days in Jacksonville, of how the Jaguars fans are and if they care or not.
What happened to not being concerned about the national narrative?
I'm not. That's just one guy. Well, now it's actually Keyshawn. So, yeah, I guess I am a little concerned.
There we go.
But I actually don't look as much as the ESPN thing as a lot of people are looking at that as Keyshawn. What are you talking about? I like Dan Orlovsky going to bat for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I look at it as more like, hey, this guy, I know he does his work, right? I know he looks at tape. I know he's looking at all the young quarterbacks. And Orlovsky, I'm not saying whatever Orlovsky says is always true and he's always right and he's going to be 100% right, but I like the fact that a guy that does really deep dive into it a lot and has had the reputation to do so thinks highly of Trevor Lawrence and what he's doing right now and can separate the first couple of weeks versus the last month. And I know that Keyshawn Johnson probably has watched maybe 6 minutes combined this year of Jacksonville Jaguars football.
No, and that's definitely the biggest thing because when you're a national head like that, I think you watch the NFL from a broad scope. Maybe Keyshawn still has his team that he follows, but overall you have to kind of insert yourself in every single game. Well, Let's be honest. The Jaguars are a pretty low-scoring team, so they're not really an NFL red zone that much. And the only really primetime game that you could really watch was the Thursday night game, unless Keyshawn gets up early. Then he probably saw the Sunday morning game against Miami as well. How much he watched? Probably not that much, because obviously I think his opinions and his homework that he did kind of fell on deaf ears, let's just say, because it didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. By the way, if you can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, go ahead and take a peek there, Austin Lane, because, there's a whiteboard message for Jason Kelsey from Submarine Mike.
Let's see what we got here. Clicking in. Austin should rock bottom Jason Kelsey.
Submarine Mike.
I hear you.
He's here to redeem his Brent buys a beer, and he brought the whiteboard with the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really upgraded since the last time you broke out the whiteboard, Austin.
No, man, I don't even know where my whiteboard is anymore. It's just, I think it was one of the expenses things that just got cut from our budget, unfortunately. So if Cox Media Group wants to get me a new one with some markers, by all means, please do.
Yes. I knew it. We can maybe try to do that.
Yeah.
We can get you a new whiteboard. It's been a while. Like, stay in your lane. The whiteboard, it kind of disappeared right around pandemic time. Mm-hmm. We haven't brought them back. We are now holding out for sponsorship opportunities.
Oh, yeah. That stuff's going to cost you now, basically. And we'll see what Shock Your Mock if we get something next year going with that as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I've already got that in the works.
Oh,
I can
nice.
control that a little bit more, or at least I think I can. I can try to. But anyway, does that Jason Kelce stuff bother you? Do you just kind of laugh it off? And if people don't know, he basically said, I'd rather play in a place like Philly and where people are going to be hard on you and all this stuff. Is that kind of context than a place like Jacksonville where nobody cares?
Yeah, I mean, obviously people care, okay? Like that wasn't a really cool thing to say from Jason Kelce's perspective. But I always got a little more of an edge when people like were booing me or like calling me choice language. I mean, I'm reminded of Oakland. I'm reminded of New York. Those are really the two that stick out to me. I never got a chance to play in Philly. We played Philly, it seemed like 3 times in Jacksonville, but I never got a chance to play in Philly. I don't know. Like, truth be told, I'm not really offended by that because to me, like in terms of a home field advantage, I really only played in 2 spots that actually had a true home field advantage that I thought, and that was Kansas City and Seattle. Like where the crowd was so loud, it actually like affected us on defense and our calls. Now, obviously, if you're a quarterback or you're on the offensive side of the ball, then things are different. So I can't speak from that perspective, but I'm just speaking from the places that I played in. It was Kansas City and Seattle that were the 2 that kind of stood out to me as far as the home field advantage.
Yeah, and apparently you only care about your team if you throw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Yeah. It's a good point.
And batteries at baseball players.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, is that what it takes, right? Listen, Philly's an unbelievable sports town. It's fantastic. The fans are crazy and wild, and they've got a persona to be, much like a New York fan, right? And if you go to Fenway Park, Boston fans have this kind of label to them. But there's a lot of places that don't have labels to fans, and doesn't mean that you don't care. Pay attention a little bit, Jason Kelce, I guess is the message from here in Jacksonville. Do a little bit more homework than you've done. And it was kind of nice of Bucky Brooks to come to the defense of I see we do talk about this from time to time, right?
Yeah.
The fans do care about this stuff.
Of course.
And you do a little bit more than I do at times. I don't like specifically when players take shots. I didn't like when players took shots. I thought it was a little outside the bounds when players took shots at like Blake Bortles over those years. I think Dawuane was one, but he wasn't the only one. I think it was Kansas City, and I forget who it was. But I just was like, that seems a little – it's like a fraternity, isn't it? So to take a shot at another player seems – well, there's not even a built-in rivalry. Now, Tennessee, you could maybe argue a little bit differently, of course. But I thought that was a little weak at the time. As players were, it's one thing for fans to take shot, media to take shot. I thought that was a little out of bounds when they did that to Bortles. This one just feels a little. When you take a shot at the fan base or the city or the organization, or it's just, I don't know if it's out of bounds. It's just ignorant because you really don't have a good grasp of it. And by the way, Jacksonville is used to this because we've dealt with this so many times with the national media, who kind of like Keyshawn Johnson's thing on Trevor Lawrence yesterday, really doesn't watch a lot of Jacksonville, have a good understanding for Jacksonville, been to Jacksonville that much, have a feel of the heartbeat. They just know that, you know what, they're not on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, haven't been in the playoffs. We don't know if their fan base even exists. You know, that's kind of the way they throw it out there, and they don't think they're going to get that much backlash because maybe it's a smaller market team. But it's definitely done in an ignorant way. Over the time, I don't really care that much about that stuff. But I would just say do your homework a little more, Jason Kelce, because you have no clue what's going on.
But, I mean, has Jason Kelce played in Jacksonville before?
I think somebody said he might have played a couple of times.
Okay.
Let's see. How many times has he played here before? Duval 45 says once or twice. How the hell would he know? Jags have historically been bad, but Detroit, Cleveland have been much worse. Why the hate? I don't get it. So, yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to know who Jason Kelce. Like, are you surprised though? I mean,
because Kelce's that guy, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's
you know him well.
I mean, I've talked to him a couple of times. Yes.
Yeah. How do you? I forget. I thought when his name came up today, I thought you knew him But what's the story with how you know him?
We have the same agent.
Same agent?
Yeah, we have the same agent.
Okay.
I mean, we used to, yeah. I don't know if he still has the same representation now, but he did back when I played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that same representation now, we're going to have to ask you to resign.
Oh,
we don't want
man.
Any association with Jason Kelce.
All right, man. I mean, I'm more offended of what Keyshawn Johnson said more than Jason Kelce, because Jason Kelce's been in the league for 10 years now. He's played all over. I don't like the fact that he said Jacksonville fans don't care, because obviously they do. I mean, that was kind of a dumb thing to say on Jason Kelce's part. But that's kind of who he is. He enjoys playing the heel. So where Jason Kelce's at, this is a guy who wore, the whole New Orleans getup, like a gesture when a jester or whatever, when the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. All right, you saw what he was wearing there. This is who he is. So I don't. Yeah. I mean, I really don't care what he has to say. Kind of like Taylor Lewan. I mean, Taylor Lewan's got a reputation. It is what it is. I'll clap back on Twitter if I feel like I want to, but I'm not going to really give Jason Kelce the time of the day. I mean, the guy's played all around in the NFL. He's been into probably every single city, so he knows hard places to play and easy places to play. I don't know where Jacksonville stands with him. I do know that the fans care and everything, but in terms of obviously the home field advantage and the crowd noise, well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure in terms of decibel level and all that stuff, I'm not sure where Jacksonville ranks.
He played here once, by the way.
He played here once?
Yeah.
10-28, 2018.
Yep.
He only played.
Actually, no, that was according to Real MVB, who just chimed in on this. He played once in Jackson, a preseason game. The time you're referencing, I think, was in London, Casey.
Then you might want to tell ProFootballReference.com.
It said Jacksonville?
It says at Jax.
Well, at Jax is different. That's a home game for Jacksonville, even though it's in London.
Well, he only played 98% of the snaps. What a loser. Play 100%, guy.
Well, I think special teams, long snapping.
Anyway,
still.
He hasn't
played. You see what happened to my mic in here, by the way?
No, what happened? Oh, it broke.
Yep.
Is it hanging from a thread?
he's holding it right now.
Yeah, not good.
That happens from time to time. You got to fix that, or you're just not going to talk much today.
Probably
Or
that.
you're not going to be able to push buttons. One of the two, three, whatever that is. We are live at String Sports Brewery. What bothers you more? You just said it. Keyshawn Johnson, not knowing anything about Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 overall pick, and not really knowing how he's doing, and saying that wins only matter. I mean, it's Justin Fields. It's one thing to say Mac Jones, but the Justin Fields stuff kind of threw me for it. It's like, really? I mean, have you watched Justin Fields play? Have you seen some of the numbers? Even if you just want to look at box scores, you look at Justin Fields, you can't really be throwing that guy out there as part of your defense. But you kind of think Keyshawn bothered you a little bit more, huh?
Well, Keyshawn bothered me a little more because in terms of your resume and your homework, at least Kelce's been to Jacksonville and played here before, at least once. We're not sure if it's twice or not. With Keyshawn, it was just the fact of you saw a couple highlights, you checked a couple box scores, and then that's your opinion. And Keyshawn's job is an NFL analyst. Jason Kelce's job is not to say who has good fan bases and who has bad fan bases. So, once again, not worried about Jason Kelce. Keyshawn, though, you're kind of in a position at ESPN where, I feel like you got to do some homework. If you're gonna make these hot takes, if you will, you better bring something concrete. You better die on those hills, and I'm just not sure in terms of the way he justified that whole statement, if anything really stuck.
Casey, do you have the Keyshawn audio or not ready?
No, he is ready. He's fixing his microphone right now.
I was wondering. He's got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
So we can wait on the Keyshawn
Nope, I think it's coming right now.
So here's basically this. And by the way, Keyshawn is kind of the bad guy in this segment. But if you could, this is going to be radio. You can't see Dan Orlovsky's face the whole time. The face of Dan Orlovsky says the story.
Oh, yeah. It's a gift for sure.
Yeah. But just listen to this. Is kind of what this. I will say this. This has been wild on my social media, on my Twitter feed today, and since last night. So people are really caught up in this moment that happened on ESPN.
I don't mind where Trevor Lawrence is right now as a rookie. He is certainly growing and getting better each week. But this whole putting him in once-in-a-lifetime generational quarterback, give me some damn wins. That's all I care about. Because those type of guys, they win football games. So when you talk about Jamar Chase as a wide receiver, as the 5th pick, he's helping his team win games. You can tell me all about he's learning, he's climbing the pocket, he's looking great, he's sliding, he's doing all those things. Help me win games. Yes, he did a good job in London. They beat Miami. He delivered the football in sync. He's getting better. His interceptions are down. No question about it. But don't take him and keep pushing him up because Justin Fields is helping his team win. Mac Jones is certainly putting his team in position to help them win. And the New England Patriots don't have as much talent as we think they have.
Whoa.
Not at all.
So your knock on Trevor Lawrence is that they haven't won enough yet?
You got to win some games, man.
Key, they were the number one pick for a reason.
Give me a reason to keep pushing you at the top.
The first game this year that their defense gave up less than 23 was the game they won.
Just give me that. Give me that, Dan. That's all I ask.
But Key, Troy Aikman won in 15 his rookie year. Peyton Manning was 3-13.
But at 1-15, with Troy Aikman, we were not sitting around saying once in a lifetime generational quarterback. We were not. We were not saying that. Okay, Peyton Manning. We said okay.
We were saying that about Peyton Manning?
No, you were not. You were saying you were saying Peyton Manning is going to be good. Eventually, Peyton Manning got to the point where you was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Key.
I just think that the hype like Phil talked about, there's no difference to me. Now, I ain't no quarterback. Then two of the other quarterbacks, maybe even three of those quarterbacks that came out in the draft with him that I would have said could have been the number one guy.
This year?
Yes.
Ain't no way.
Absolutely.
Not through 6 weeks this season. Man. It's not close. I think Mac Jones is playing good football. It's not even close
if Mac
compared to what Trevor Lawrence is doing.
Could have been number two, as you predicted, to the San Francisco to the San Francisco 49ers, why couldn't he have been one?
Because he ain't
why
not? The talent.
If Justin Fields couldn't have been one?
No, not. Look at the play.
I want quarterbacks that's going to help my team win, not hype. That's all I'm saying.
Justin Fields is on a 3-3 football team because the team that drafted him was in the playoffs last year, moved up in the draft to go get him. That's a big deal. Lamar Jackson's team went to go get him. Josh Allen's team went to go get him. Patrick Mahomes' team went to go get him. To be the number one pick, he's
getting better, like I said, man.
He's playing big time.
He is getting there. He is getting there.
I'm going to wait and see.
He the guy.
So that is Keyshawn and Dan Orlovsky on ESPN. I mean, it was pretty wild. Again, you have to kind of see Dan Orlovsky's face, and I tweeted that out yesterday. It's got a ton of reaction on social media, but Orlovsky, I think, is really good, by the way. And I'm not a Keyshawn hater. I mean, that's fine. He's part of the morning show we play on ESPN 690. By the way, they had Dawuane Smoot on this morning right here on ESPN 690. We'll hear from them a little bit later on. So it's just sometimes you just can tell. I mean, Chris Broussard just had this problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who he's even working for now. I don't know where that came from, but he really messed up talking about the NFL. We've seen that happen to Stephen A. before talking about the NFL. You just got to be careful on these national broadcasts to just kind of throw stuff out there. And I feel like Keyshawn did a little bit of that because if you look at the first two games versus the last four games when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, it's really good. Like, it has been good. And I'm not a football guru from the quarterback position. Orlovsky, what he's saying about Fields and what he's even saying about Mac Jones and saying it's not even close and, this guy is the real deal. And then the context, Austin, which is kind of lost on me because I didn't see the whole segment. I just saw what was tweeted out. But, like, people haven't really been – like, it's not like coming off the London game, people are like, that's why he's a generational quarterback. Nobody's saying that about Trevor. They were saying that back in the draft. So I think there's still plenty of time to prove you're a generational quarterback. And by the way, Peyton Manning was viewed as a generational quarterback. Like, people thought right away Peyton Manning was going to be great. I don't know about Troy Aikman as much. I don't remember that. I don't think that. But definitely about Peyton Manning, that was the case. So Keyshawn got a little bit lost here. But I think this is less about Keyshawn. I think what people should take and what people be excited about is what Orlovsky's saying. And listen, I like Dan Orlovsky. I'm not saying he's going to be right 100% of the time. But this is a guy that deep dives into the quarterback stuff and these rookies and other quarterbacks. And he showed another play today, kind of doubled down on Trevor. And I tweeted that one or retweeted that one out too. I think this guy does know his stuff and he sees some different things. And if you follow Orlovsky and what he's saying about Trevor, there's a lot of reason to be excited here in Jacksonville. And to be honest with you, I think that's what people should feed off in Jacksonville is that they got a guy that's going to be around for a long time and do special things.
Yeah, when we talk about, generational talents, yes, that name, that title was dubbed to Trevor Lawrence. And the issue with that is when you set him on such a pedestal, and this was the very first caveat I said about Trevor Lawrence, is people got to temper their expectations a little bit because the guys around him It's not like it was with the Chargers last year with Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry and Austin Eckler, where Justin Herbert came in right away and blew the doors off the league, right? Like Trevor Lawrence isn't going to pass for over 4,000 yards, probably. Maybe he will, but probably. He's not going to throw for 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Probably not. So, like, people want to say once in a generation. Well, they expect right away for a rookie quarterback to come in and put up those type of numbers. And it's not going to happen if you don't have the guys around you. I don't care how talented you are. It just doesn't happen like that. It takes time. It takes some sort of talent. So I liked Arlovsky's point there by saying, I mean, you know, the teams that drafted Justin Fields and Mac Jones, you know, and Trey Lance, like those teams are more set up to win right now than the Jacksonville Jaguars are. And that's not a surprise to anybody. That's what we all expected going into the season. Now, the goal obviously is to keep on building and building, and by the time it's 2 or 3 years down the road, Trevor Lawrence is going to be that elite guy, that once-in-a-generation type guy, and the Jaguars are going to be winning. That's the outlook. That's the plan. Now, is that going to happen? I have no idea. But if you just watch the film of the throws that Trevor has made, there's been some very great throws. Some throws that these other rookie quarterbacks, I think, haven't made yet. And I've watched a lot of their throws as well. So if you go just what you see on film, yeah, Trevor Lawrence could be a special once-in-a-generational type talent. I hope he is. But you just can't go off the box score and watching highlights here or there and say, yeah, he's a good quarterback or he's not a good quarterback. And you can't go off a team's record, especially in a quarterback's rookie year.
Yeah, and by the way, he did play above the X's and O's at times the other day to help win that football game and put him in position as guys were dropping passes and holding penalties and 2nd and 16s and other big-time plays. You know, Joe Burrow's interesting. Justin Herbert's a different story last year. Burrow probably more applicable to the Trevor Lawrence of this year. So we continue to keep an eye on it, but I think I see steady growth and a lot of wins coming his way if he continues to play this way. We're live at String Sports Brewery. More to come as it's everybody against Jacksonville Day here on a Thursday. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. We love you, Dan Orlovsky.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly to mostly sunny skies today. We'll see high temperatures warm in the mid-80s inland, low 80s at the coast. Dry this evening. Overnight, we drop down to the mid-60s. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Beadenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Don't miss Beard's BOGO Wedding Band Sale, happening now through October 24th.
Here in the Sunshine State, more than 3 million men are over age 45, and over half suffer from ED or PE. Here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Brown. If you're having problems in the bedroom and pills like Viagra have let you down, you'll see results at Prime Men's Medical Center, guaranteed, or your exam is free. And it's affordable.
Call 904-664-8217. Guaranteed results on your first visit or your exam is free. Call 904-664-8217.
Bono's Pit Barbecue. Yeah, it's good. It's more than food. It's about the flavor, the tradition. It's barbecue, and it's who we are at Bono's. Locally smoked since 1949. Almost 20 locations around Jacksonville. On the menu, smokehouse stackers, sandwiches, salads, sides, and Bono's family feast. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. Authentic traditional Southern barbecue. Feel the flavor, feel the community. Bono's Pit Barbecue. Yeah, it's good.
Gator Bowl Young Professionals are hosting a networking social at Hungarian Brewing on Wednesday, October 27th at 5:30 p.m. Kickoff Florida-Georgia weekend. We are raffling off tickets to Florida-Georgia game, plus your first drinks on us when you RSVP at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
After a long day, having my dogs greet me at the door with their silly smiles and wagging tails makes me happy. I want to keep that joy with me for years to come. That's why I trust Forever Vets Animal Hospital to keep my pets healthy. Forever Vets was voted 2019's best vet in Jacksonville Magazine's Readers Poll, and it's easy to see why. The affordable wellness plans are tailored to meet all of your pet's changing needs as they grow. Open 7 days a week, Forever Vets friendly staff is available to treat you and your pet with care. They combine extended hours with online booking to allow you to give your pet quality care while accommodating your schedule. Go online to ForeverVets.com to find which of their 9 locations is nearest you. And don't forget their newest location in Bartram Market. Forever Vets Animal Hospital, keeping your pets happy and healthy forever.
So, have you noticed when you watch the news that lots of crimes are recorded on cameras, especially ding-dong doorbells? Well, that's because they don't have proper security systems with them. Cameras are very sophisticated today and have multiple options. That's why you should deal with the experts at SafeTouch Security. When combined with a SafeTouch security system, the possibilities are endless. And when the SafeTouch experts install your cameras, they're virtually hack-resistant. And SafeTouch never shares your internet or personal information. So for the latest info on NVR cameras, digital cameras, or cameras with cloud storage, SafeTouch can help you choose the cameras that are right for you and your family. And even the best camera needs a SafeTouch security system. Don't give the bad guys a doorway to invade your home and family. Call SafeTouch today and see the many options available to your home and business. You'll be surprised how affordable a new SafeTouch integrated system can be. Call now while we still have our most popular options available, or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF0000233.
He's kept you ahead of storms.
This is going to be a very active afternoon of storms.
He's taken you inside storms.
Look at the Reds then that have shifted a little south of Jacksonville.
And for 33 years, the Chief has seen it all. Forecasting severe weather days in advance. So when storms are headed your way, there is only one meteorologist to turn to tonight, the Chief. The knowledge and experience of Jacksonville's Chief Meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Action News Jack's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Join us for the Autism Speaks Walk as the autism community reunites to support one another and fuels the mission to promote solutions across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for people with autism and their families. Your commitment is what empowers Autism Speaks to provide crucial resources, research, advocacy, and support for millions of children and adults on the autism spectrum. Together, we can create a world where all people with autism can reach their full potential. To register, visit autismspeaks.org.
Alexa, how do I drive more customers into my business?
First, people will need to hear about you. Then you need to be online where they look for you. Then you need
I don't have time for that. I need to run my business.
Okay, searching for a local team that can help.
CMG Local Solutions. Visit cmglocalsolutions.com today.
Hey, it's Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jacks. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jacks on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jacks. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690. Well, we're live at String Sports Brewery, and I'm looking at these garage doors. They open up, let the air flow through here in this restaurant. I'm thinking of my garage doors. And my garage, I could maybe make this kind of place in my garage because I got everything off the floor. Maybe I'll make a bar in there. Put some darts in there, some TVs, a little man cave. I can do that now thanks to Easy Garage Solutions. Hang the bikes on the wall, hang the lawn equipment, the beach chairs, all the rest. Monkey bar technology, it's one of a kind. The only place you can get it is at Easy Garage Solutions in this area, and you'll love it because it will last forever. Easy Garage Solutions, shelving and overhead storage for boxes and bins, Christmas decorations. Get them off the floor, raise them above, nice and high, and create all that space. Easy Garage Solutions. Check them out at easygaragesolutions.com. Easy Garage Solutions. It's that easy.
Hey, what's up? It's Austin Lane. Check out Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 or ESPN690.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Is there music playing, Casey, right now? Because if so, I don't hear it very well.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't hear it either if there was.
I thought I started to hear music, then I was like, okay. Because I always wonder, I'm like, all right, are we going to hear from somebody here or no? And so I thought I'm hearing things. That's the case. That is happening. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, String Sports Brewery. You guys now believe me that the Red Sox stink?
I mean, not really, but yeah. I mean, they're in the championship, man. I know.
But they've allowed 17 runs in 6th through the 9th inning in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, that is not good baseball.
Sure.
I mean, and now they can't hit. It's crazy. It's over. That's okay. The Astros are probably better. It was a nice run. They overachieved. Maybe they surprise everybody. I just don't see it happening. It looks like Astros woke up. I was stunned that the Dodgers hadn't really woken up. Mm-hmm. And what a win for Atlanta. I mean, that was a great win. I think people understand. You follow sports, you understand the flow, and I don't really know if it's momentum. Baseball momentum doesn't carry over day to day. I do think you feel good about hitting. You want to just keep hitting, and you don't want to take a break, and it's hard to keep that for over a week, over 3 days, over 10 days. The Red Sox are proving that, right? That you cannot sustain hitting like that for that long, one guy or a team. So it's wild to me, though, that the Dodgers, I just thought when it felt like it shifted the series. We all feel that sometimes. And to go out and beat a team that's probably better than you on paper, I think most people would agree, in their place, 24 hours after that happened, man, oh, man, it tells me a lot about the Braves. And now you feel like they got the kahunas, to go out and win the World Series. That's what it showed me.
No, for sure. I mean, that was a statement win for sure by the Atlanta Braves. I think we all kind of thought that the momentum was changing addresses, if you will. But no, they stuck to their area code. And you mentioned it. I mean, that was a huge game for them. Now you got Fried back on the mound, who is kind of their go-to guy. And has L.A. come out with a pitcher yet? Casey, do we know? No, probably not. Yeah. So
is Casey not talking in this show now?
Oh, no,
Mike
he's
is dead.
No, he's just doing some work, man. Hey, he's just doing some work. Dang, Brent, get off Casey for a second.
Well, I just wonder if he's boycotting the mic. I didn't know.
No, but I'm looking it up right now. Max Fried, and it is undecided for the Dodgers. So, yeah, I would say advantage Atlanta right now, depending what the Dodgers want to do for this game.
I think the Braves would be a good story to win. I think people are tired of the Dodgers, and I think they're tired of the Astros. And you know what? Quite frankly, I think you could make the case people are tired of the Red Sox. They have won 4 World Series since 2004. I mean, it's been a nice run for the Red Sox. And they're a team people like to hate anyway. I don't really find too many people hating the Braves. I understand the NL East. I understand, the Mets and the Nationals fans, and they would say so. I just don't think there's a lot to hate about the Atlanta Braves. Freddie Freeman's one of the all-world guys. The Braves haven't won or been in a World Series since 1999. They flopped and kind of blew it last year up 3-1 against the Dodgers. They've had numerous injuries this year. I think they're a likable team, man, and I know they're liked by a lot of people around here because of the regional feel, but I just think the Braves are a likable team, and I know they beat your team, so you don't like them either.
No, I don't like Jacques Peterson. All right, I don't like Jacques Peterson. Don't like what he stands for. Don't like your stupid pearl necklace. Like, it's crazy because I was so adamant about saying, hey, let's let baseball players be baseball players. If they want to rock their chains on the outside of their uniforms, then so be it. If they want to rock crazy haircuts or dreads, then so be it. Like, let's give way to the new school baseball player. Let's let them be individuals because it's going to be great for the sport. And then Jacques Peterson had to come over and absolutely just make a mockery of what I was trying to say and rock this stupid grandma's pearl necklace. And now I'm off the wagon. Nope. Take the necklaces away. Two new school for me. Go back to the old way. Tuck in those uniforms. Wear those hats correctly because Jacques Peterson had to ruin it for everybody. Congratulations, Braves. You ruined baseball.
All because of Jacques Peterson.
Have you seen that? You've seen the necklace. It's stupid.
I have seen it. I've seen it.
And his explanation of why he wears it, which I can't say because I'll get fined, is stupid as well.
Yeah, I think it's kind of I'm a little surprised because of the pearls that Major League Baseball allows it. Like, it's one thing to have a chain, I think, but I don't know, the pearls seem like that could be something they wouldn't allow on your uniform,
Yeah.
I guess these guys wear a lot of jewelry now. If you go all the way back to Manny Ramirez, and Acuna, I think, was one that wears a lot of jewelry too. So I don't know how those guys play in chains to begin with.
Yeah.
But and slide, you figure you'd lose something.
Mm-hmm.
But
so here's the thing: if it comes out later down the line and it's like a tribute to a family member that passed or something, then I'll be the first one to apologize to Jacques Peterson and say, okay, that's a pretty cool tribute. That's a pretty cool memento. But all I have to go off of right now of Peterson is he essentially said something that Cardi B would say, which once again I can't repeat. He said he's a bad some word, and I can't repeat it, but that's what he said. And that was his explanation of why he wears the pearl necklace. So that's all I have to go off of Jacques Peterson. So once again, you're ruining baseball. I think it looks stupid.
I haven't thought about the Braves fans in Jacksonville. Submarine Mike's here with the whiteboard. I kind of miss the whiteboard, so I'm kind of glad Submarine Mike is here. He's here to redeem his Brent buys a beer here at String Sports Brewery. So here he is. He was on the board. We take him off the board. We'll put somebody else on the board today. So if you're on the board, get on out to Strings and make sure you redeem it. You have 30 days to do so. And he says baseball players dream they are hockey players.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's true. You know why? Let's be honest. Baseball players probably a little too soft overall to be hockey players.
That's
baseball players are soft, a little soft to be hockey players. I think. I don't think they dream about that. I don't know if anybody that I think there are certain athletes that wishes they could skate and play the game of hockey fast. You know,
Jalen Ramsey,
hit people, and
You remember when Jalen Ramsey said it could take him a year or something to
Yeah, where was it? What was he doing? Was that Buffalo? Was that a whole spat with the Sabres?
Was Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it was
it
just
was specific to a team, no?
Maybe a hockey player called them out.
Yeah,
if I remember, but I think the whole thing.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it was just in terms of the athleticism, and if he wanted to, he could be in the NHL or something like that in a couple years.
Yeah, I don't know if baseball. I don't know baseball players could do that, but obviously, Submarine Mike's a big Iceman fan, a big hockey fan.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's where he's going with it. Where I'm going with this is, Casey's a Rays fan. He's from kind of the Tampa area. You're a Brewers fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, and for obvious reasons. My kid's a Rays fan. The Rays did not exist back in the day. So if you like a team in Major League Baseball, there's a really good chance that if you're from this area, Jacksonville area, you like the Braves. And the Braves and the Cubs, by the way, automatically have some built-in fan base across the country because of their availability from WGN to TBS, way back in the day before everybody could get everything. And so I get it. But there is there's this thing that I've always thought about in Jacksonville because I look at the ratings, and I don't think there are a lot of hardcore Jacksonville Major League Baseball fans. I think there are baseball fans. I think college baseball does really well. I think from the Suns to the Shrimp do very well. Mm-hmm. But I think that's so spread out in nature of the MLB that, you have some Braves for sure. And the Braves have been a bit sleepy over the last couple of decades. You have Red Sox and Yankees because Red Sox and Yankees fans are everywhere. I don't see a lot of Marlins, although you do have some homegrown Marlin fans and homegrown Rays fans. But it's not just like this, wow, man, there's a lot of fans that really love baseball, even though it's a great baseball area. I mean, high school baseball, youth baseball, college baseball, minor league baseball is really strong. So it's always been an interesting dynamic. But now you're seeing the Braves fans come out of the woodwork, aren't you? And by the way, I don't say this in a negative connotation. That's okay. You should. But it's like this time, last year during this time, and really I feel it more this time around, maybe because that was a shortened season, that now you feel the Braves fans for the first time in a long time. I would imagine the 90s were like this. I wasn't here, okay? I got here in 2008. So the 90s when the Braves were really killing it and winning all the division titles and in World Series, I'm assuming it was like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that Braves fan has really come to the forefront in Jacksonville, and quite frankly, I think you could walk down the street and never know some people were Braves fans to begin with.
No, sure. I mean, to me, it varies from two things, whether it's the fandom that you see on social media or the fandom that you see in real life. And obviously being in Jacksonville, it's made up of people from all over the country. So, it could be rare to see, Braves fans rocking the hats or rocking the shirts, the jerseys, you name it. I think from the social media perspective, with baseball, it's a long and tedious season, and there's a lot of games being played. So to me, if you want to support that fandom, I mean, it's hard to keep up to date. Oh, hey, they win again, they lose again, nonstop. As opposed to, the NBA where you had Atlanta Hawks fans that came out of nowhere. And NBA kind of seems like the cool thing in terms of social media to cheer for and to have the memes and the GIFs and everything.
Well, the younger kids, right?
And the younger kids. Then obviously, too, we're talking about Georgia, talking about football, which has been down right now in terms of the NFL. But you also have the Georgia Bulldogs and things of that nature as well.
Yeah, you have a lot of things to like around here and a lot of areas to pull from when you're talking baseball specifically at a major league level. Because you can go Miami, you could go Tampa, you can go Atlanta, and you could go really the national brands of the Cubs, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the rest of them. So Like, I understand it. And, again, I'm not knocking Braves fan. I think this is cool to see Braves fans come to life. I've just watched the ratings over the years that we carry Fox Baseball on a Saturday in July, and it's not like, whoa, you know. But baseball is so strong in this area. And you know, I talk about it all the time, promote it a lot, and love it. I think it's unbelievable, the talent. If you think about, I always say this, you think about the big leaguers that have come out of this area, yet you don't get that feel that people in this area really care that much about big league baseball.
Yeah.
So it's a wild dynamic to me. But in many respects, the root of this conversation and the reality of this conversation is, well, you got to give them something to cheer for and kind of pull them back into it. And I think Braves fans are doing that these last couple of years. They're an exciting team. They hit the bottom for a while. They built it up. And here we are now, one win away from the World Series. And I think you're going to feel the Braves fans here in Northeast Florida. It's a lot like the Orlando Magic, Austin. The Magic are 2 hours away. And, I mean, you could go a month around here and never see a Magic jersey or hat or shirt.
Well, I mean, whose jersey would you wear right now?
Hey, by the way, why are the Jags publicly tweeting good luck to the Magic?
I think the Magic did that earlier in the year, so they're trying to.
It made no sense because the Bucks did it, the Rays did it, the Lightning did it, the
Really?
Jags did. Like, it makes no why the Jags jumped. It just seemed very odd.
Sorry,
well,
Miami.
I think if you go back to the Magic, I don't know if the Magic did that to Tampa and the Jags and the Dolphins or whatever, but if you go back, I remember at the start of the football season, the Magic kind of did the same thing on social media. I think this was a returning of the favor and showing some.
Imagine being a Jags and
support.
Magic fan.
Oh, they're
That's
out
a
there,
rough
I
stretch
guess.
right now.
But my point is,
Condolences.
I see a lot of Jags fans for obvious reasons. I don't see a lot of Magic hats and shirts and jerseys. But you're right. You'd have to go back to Shaq and Grant Hill, probably, right?
Oh, go and give me a Penny Hardaway one all day, man.
Penny Hardaway.
That was my
And Penny
dude.
Hardaway.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a good point. We'll be back. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690 live from String Sports Brewery here on a Thursday. Here until 6 o'clock. Jaguars All Access tonight as well, 7 until 7:30. You can watch it on Fox 30, but come on out. It's a beautiful day here in Springfield.
This is Action Sports Jacks.
I think I'm getting closer and closer to doing the anatomy of the screenplay. I mean, what the hell? I mean, why can't we run a screen in Jacksonville for 14 years since I've been here? 14 freaking years we can't run a screenplay. And then on defense, we can't stop the damn thing. They can't stop a screenplay. We can't run a screenplay. What is going on in Jacksonville? I mean, it's unbelievable. They run screenplays in high school.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the Sports Performance Lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof, they'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Mortno. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location, get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts: jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper, so many flavors to choose from. And of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
It doesn't matter how old we are. We all need love and support. Yet, teenagers who end up in foster care have a much harder time finding it, as nearly 82% of current foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. The good news is, you can positively impact a teen's life by becoming a foster parent with help from Family Support Services of North Florida. You don't have to be married or own a home. You provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. So if you've ever felt a calling to help youth, please take this opportunity to explore becoming a foster parent to a teen through Family Support Services. Teenagers may no longer be little, but they still need lots of love. Take the next step by visiting foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
Did you know that United Healthcare helps connect you to doctors and therapists with 24/7 access to virtual care?
So I could have therapy from my couch?
Yep.
Or a doctor appointment from my car?
If you wanted to.
Wait, you're right. I don't even like when people see me sing in the car. Couch appointment it is. Virtual visits are just one of the ways United Healthcare helps connect you to better health. Learn more at uhc.com. Plan benefits may vary.
Basket Brigade, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, knows that any act of kindness makes a difference for many. Make your donation so that families in our community receive grocery gift cards to make their purchases. To donate, visit ESPN690.com. Thank you for donating to make a difference.
It's tough. You know, we came back to Boston exactly where we wanted to be. You know, we were 1-1, even took the lead in that game 1. Just kind of 2 games away. That's tough. Any way you cut it, doesn't matter. You got to take at least one of those. Not in a good spot going back to Houston. There's no denying that. But this team's won 2 games in the playoffs back-to-back before, and we think we can do it again.
Yeah, that's really all it is. I mean, you win Game 6 in any 7-game series, you feel pretty good. You have what would be the so-called momentum. So we'll see if the Red Sox can do it. I just don't think they're good enough. I mean, and I haven't. And I think it's catching up to them. And unsurprisingly, I don't think Houston's pitching staff is very good either. But the way they've shut them down in the last couple of weeks, couple of games, has been incredible, in my opinion. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz here on a Thursday. We are live at String Sports Brewery in Springfield. Be here until 6 o'clock. Brent buys a beer. Submarine Mike behind us made the trip over, and he's redeemed his beer about, I don't know if it was last week, a couple of weeks ago. Who will we buy a beer for today? We will, unveil that before the end of the show, and you will know, and then you got 30 days to come redeem it. We got a couple people on the board anyway, so make sure you come on out to Strings, or you're wasting my money if you don't come out here.
Hey, do you know who that was in the sound, by the way? I was kind of waiting for you to.
Because
I was going to give you a chance to. I was going to give you a chance to say that he was a waste of money and all those things, but.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought my initial thought was that was Schwarber. But now that you're saying it's a waste of money, was it Sale?
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, I have a hard time being overly critical of Sale yesterday. He got out of the big jam. It was 1-0. Was it after 5 innings? It's 1-0. I mean, Red Sox, you can't pitch and play defense. Like, we know that, so hit. Like, I thought Sale didn't. Sale gave his team a chance to take command of that game, and they didn't do it. So, and tip your cap to Valdez, I think it was. Valdez? Yeah.
Yeah.
He pitched a heck of a game. But I think that was more on the bats, and then I know the score gets ugly, but that's because the bullpen then had to come into play, and you can't dictate the game. I mean, the game flow to me is so important in any sport, and the game flow really changed because, quite frankly, the Red Sox couldn't hit. I mean, the Red Sox lost 9-2, I think it was, the night before. They gave up 7 in the 9th inning. Well, it was 2-2 going in the 9th. I mean, you had 3 hits. If you go up 4-2 going in the 9th, everybody feels differently about it. And I doubt they score 7 runs. So game flow certainly matters in my estimation. I sent this to Casey today. I did not send this to Austin. He might have seen it. But no, this is intentional.
Okay,
so I got
you.
a game.
Okay.
I got a little game for you.
Okay.
The top 100 most valuable brands. You have to name all 100. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, if you could name 5 out of the top 10, I'll give you a little leeway here.
Okay.
You can do it.
5 out of the top 100. I'm sorry, what now? Just any kind of brand.
Brands. Here, and I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So Nike is number 11. So they're not in the top 10.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say Nike.
You got this.
No, I think I got this.
Okay, so your bet is that Austin can get this.
How many do I have to name?
5 of 10 all day.
5 of
5 of 10?
5 of 10, and he wasn't going to name Nike.
I wasn't going to name
That does
Nike.
worry me.
And
I'm
Nike
not going to lie.
was 11.
No, I'm not naming Nike.
Do you totally understand the concept of the game?
Yeah, I have to name companies that dominate, basically.
Then do it.
Amazon.
Chat, you betcha.
Apple.
Chat, you betcha.
Microsoft.
Was Apple number 1?
You just hit 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. I mean, you got any more brain busters? All right, so I got 2 more.
Hey, here's what I would say. You got 2 more?
Yeah, hold up 1 second, please. All right, so 2 more. I don't want to get any wrong here. So, all right, brands, big branding. Man, I'm trying to think.
Sports Shacks.
Not a good guess.
Brent Martineau.
So, I want to say Sony.
He's got pressure on him now. He's putting pressure on himself.
I'm not going to say Sony. Man, I started off so hot, too. Like, I started way too hot, man.
How about just take a guess?
I know, but I'm not trying to mess this up here.
You have Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. I gave you Nike was not in the top 10.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say
So
Nike.
you have 1, 2, and 3. It's Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. You have to name 7 more brands. You have to name 2 more brands to win the game. You have 7 in the others in the top 10.
I'm not
have until the end of the segment to do it.
Okay, I was going to say General Motors, but no, there's not even close to General Motors. Man, it's got to be like technological stuff.
Well,
I mean,
you have the right
idea.
idea.
Like Bitcoin?
No.
Does that count as a brand? No. That's not a brand?
Not yet.
Okay.
M2 Cash maybe someday.
Okay. Man, I'm drawing a blank now.
You were just kind of in the general area for a couple of them.
I know, like software stuff.
Well, you've kind of done software a little bit with Microsoft and Apple,
Yeah.
but you still have a couple more to go.
In terms of software?
Well, I mean, the
sort
techie
of.
kind of world, it feels like.
I mean,
one for sure.
It's not Dell. Okay, it's not Dell.
No.
I don't know. I said
TVs.
Oh, well, I said Sony, but Sony's not going to be one.
No.
Try another, not Sony, but.
Samsung is big.
Yep.
Okay, so
that's number 5.
Samsung is big.
That, by the way, Casey, surprises me that that's 5th overall on this list.
And up 20% from whatever. I don't know what it's up 20% from, but it's up 20%. Sounds pretty good.
See, now I would say like video games got to be up there. No. Okay. No.
You got this.
One more. Companies.
Look
big. Look straight?
I don't want to do that.
You said look straight. Look straight. Casey, dude, I suck at charades, man. I don't know what that means.
What's on your screen right now?
Oh, YouTube. Oh, man, YouTube?
Well, no.
No.
Oh.
But how'd you get there?
How'd you get there?
Because I'm watching YouTube TV. What?
Right, but how did you get to YouTube TV?
Oh, Google. Oh, man.
Very good,
Oh,
Casey.
yeah, so Google is not eBay, but YouTube's got to be top 10.
No, I don't think it's classified. No,
Netflix?
YouTube is 26th.
Really?
Netflix, by the way, is 36th.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Think, just think, well, you already got your 5 in the way.
Yeah, I got my 5. I got
Think
Major
about fast food.
Oh, so like what's the corporation though? It's like not the goodie.
You don't have to guess. Don't overthink it.
Well, we're saying brands like.
Let's play.
So McDonald's. Then?
There it is.
Yes,
okay.
McDonald's. Okay.
But isn't that okay?
Think.
So confused.
Think soda.
Okay, so like Coke or Pepsi.
Yep.
Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Thankfully, Pepsi isn't even close to. It's 28.
Okay.
Think cars.
I'm not going to say Ford.
I wouldn't.
Don't think American cars.
No, for sure. This has got to be like, I don't know, BMW?
Not close.
Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
BMW, by the way, is, if I'm seeing that right, is 12th.
Okay.
By the way, what caught my attention, again, I don't know what it's up from, but Tesla is up 184% and in 14th.
Yes. All the way to 14. How about that?
I don't know if this is like a year-to-year thing, but...
Well, it's because is Virgin still up there? Because I'm thinking guys that went to the moon now. They have so much money. So Bezos, Elon Musk, is Virgin Mobile or whatever Virgin.
We'll share some others, but
okay.
Apple's 1, Amazon 2, Microsoft 3, Google 4, Samsung 5, then Coca-Cola, Toyota, Mercedes, McDonald's, and Disney round out the top 10. 11 is Nike, 12 is BMW, and 14 is Tesla. 15 is Facebook. Louis Vuitton is 13. How about that? I would have guessed all day and never got Louis Vuitton in the top 15. Maybe I'll share more of these as we go, but we'll talk sports next. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690, live from String Sports Brewery.
Smoke for hours, served in minutes. Now that sounds like good barbecue, and it is at Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue. Open 7 days a week. Try the smoked wings, southern sides, and big old platters. Trivia night and kids eat free specials during the week. Check out the Willie Jewell's app and catering for all events. Order online and skip the line. Visit williejewells.com to see other locations in Florida and Georgia, Yulee to St. Augustine, Brunswick, and Kingsland. Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue. Smoke for hours, served in minutes at Willie Jewell's.
For the ones who are always in the know.
Delivery confirmed.
For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, experienced staff at local branches, and free access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
People are still hesitant to come to the shop.
We built a place that people could come and join and meet each other and talk to one another.
Small businesses are the heart and soul of a community.
Hi, I'm Congressman Neil Dunn.
And I'm Leah Dunn.
During these times, it's important to support your local small businesses.
They're the core of our communities and keep us connected.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The Community Spotlight Award this week goes to Robert Palmer and the entire team at RP Funding and the Jacksonville Armada. RP Funding is a great partner in the community. They're a huge supporter of our youth and goodwill of our entire community, including the Dream 18 Golf Tournament. If you see Robert Palmer or anyone from RP Funding or the Jacksonville Armada, thank them for being a great partner in the community. The Community Spotlight Award recognizes those that are great community partners. Again, this week's Community Spotlight Award goes to RP Funding and the Jacksonville Armada.
I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Mortno. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jacks, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location,
game. Get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts. Jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper. So many flavors to choose from. And, of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax.
Today, I took someone to their first job.
Today, I helped someone get to a medical appointment.
Today, I helped someone see their loved ones.
Today, I took someone to see a concert.
JTA bus operators are professional, trained, courteous, and proud. Become a driver of change. JTA is now hiring bus operators and is offering $10,000 to $15,000 hiring bonuses. On-the-job training provided. CDL training available. To apply, log on to go.jtafla.com/drive or call 904-630-3100. That's 630-3100 to become a driver of change.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKB Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group
Ben
station.
Simmons will play. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Simmons missed an individual workout today after serving a suspension for the season opener last night. The Braves are up 3-1 over the Dodgers in the NLCS. Game 5 tonight in Los Angeles for Dodgers manager Dave Roberts.
We have a very resilient team, a very tough team, and it's not going to get much tougher than facing Max Fried in an elimination game, but we've done it before.
Our coverage of Game 5 starts 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. The Eagles activate tight end Dallas Goedert from the COVID-19 list. He missed last week's game against the Buccaneers. The Eagles are on the road to play the Raiders on Sunday. 6 schools will officially join the American Athletic Conference: UAB, Florida Atlantic, Charlotte, North Texas, Rice, and UT San Antonio. They've been approved by the existing members and could officially join the league in 2023. Then the conference will have 14 schools competing in football and basketball.
Want to look like $1 million? Upgrade to a Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razor for a noticeably smooth shave thanks to their 6 precision-cut stainless steel blades. Find your perfect shave with Dollar Shave Club stores. Yep, that's Dollar Shave Club in store. So go to the store and find them.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
They were very excited, especially just coming off that 20-game streak that we just broke. Everyone was excited, and kind of like that hype of that kind of died down, and they went straight on to this hype. Which, I mean, that immediately once I told Coach Urban, he jumped into action, told everybody around the building, and he had me come on the team meeting and kind of tell the story, and everybody was just so happy. And honestly, we're all just happy that Alani came out healthy more than anything.
Well, what a week for Dawuane Smoot, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive tackle. We've been talking about it for the last couple of days, and it's just a great story. It's worth talking about. I think he's done an excellent job of sharing the story, but also remembering to kind of prop up his wife and everything she had to go through in the ordeal, and a happy, healthy baby girl to join, I think, a 2.5-year-old son that the Smoots have. And he was on earlier today on ESPN 690 with Keyshawn, Jay, and Max this morning. Joined ESPN nationally, which you can hear right here on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, String Sports Brewery. Hey, one of the reasons we don't do a local morning show is because you can sometimes get better coverage with the national guys, Austin.
Yeah, I guess so, right? That's what it seems like. My word.
So anyway, it was good to have him on ESPN 690. Casey gave me a heads up on that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, good. The Smoot story's been fantastic, though. It's all over the place. You know, I was begging for Jags to get on Good Morning Football or some of these national shows, and well, it was Smoot that got on, not for football,
yeah,
but instead for helping deliver his baby girl. More on this story. That was the reaction inside the building, which is kind of cool. I was going to ask you this: do you remember a story not like this. I know this is a unique story. But do you remember something like in your playing days, I'm going to really put you on the spot, that kind of got the room jacked up about somebody from a personal level? You know, like, I mean, people have babies, right? They get married, I don't know, birthdays, celebrate, whatever it is. You're laughing, so I'm assuming you remember a story. What's the story?
Kassim Osgood.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
That's a little bit different.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to say. God, I mean, we were, like, it was just, I can't say too much about it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you can say a little about it.
All right, I mean, I'm not going to say anything that the news headlines haven't read.
Yeah, I mean, Kassim Osgood had to jump out of a window.
Yes, because, Brent, go ahead and finish the story.
I believe I don't want to, if I remember correctly, he was at a woman's house, and
can you be more specific?
He then got, he then got.
Okay, she was a cheerleader.
Yes, I was trying not to be specific.
Oh, okay.
He then got. He got pistol whipped. Apparently,
there was a gun that got brought out, and then.
Okay, be careful on the laughter here.
Well, because I mean, it's funny now. Situation. Well, it's funny now. He didn't, like, he's fine. We all laughed about, like, the entire locker room laughed about it, and he had to get up and talk in front of everybody. And if you know Kassim, like, we all laughed about it. But yeah, so a gun got brought into play because maybe an ex-boyfriend of some sort or something came around and saw Kassim there, and guns got brought into play. Kassim jumped out of the window, hurt his ankle, and then the next day he had to tell the team what happened, and then we had to have like a big HR meeting because we couldn't fraternize with the cheerleaders.
So, by the way, isn't that already a built-in rule, or is that myth?
What do you mean?
That you can't fraternize with cheerleaders.
I mean, it might be the Kassim Osgood rule as far as I know, but yeah, like you're not supposed to fraternize with cheerleaders. I mean, I
always thought that was like an NFL rule, like, but never really knew for sure. But I thought it was coming off like the Dallas Cowboys from years back.
That could have been.
I thought that's where it stemmed, and I'm not sure if that's true. I just kind of always assumed that was the case.
Yeah.
But you guys, after that situation, were basically told no fraternizing with the cheerleaders.
Yes, we had multiple people come in and tell the team not to fraternize with the cheerleaders.
By the way, Kassim Osgood, heralded as a very good special teams player.
Yeah.
And they were right. He was really good at special teams. He was a character to begin with. So this story on top of being a character, I can see why your reaction is the way it is.
No, because, I mean, if you knew anything about Kassim, this was like a fun-loving guy, always had a great time, kept the locker room light, and that's what locker rooms need. You need those guys that just kind of see life differently. And he was one of those dudes. I mean, he was always making us laugh, whether it was offense, defense. Like, the guy was a character. I'm not sure what he's doing now. I know he's trying to get his hand into acting, which would suit him very well. But
can reenact that scene.
Oh, can reenact that scene for sure. But I mean, just the way that he described the story to us in the locker room, and he had to get in front of the team. I'm telling you, it was just it was a classic thing. Not really a feel good story like you're referring to with Smoot. But I had to answer your questions. I don't know what you want from me.
Well, that was I wanted that. That was good. I wondered about because listen. There's a lot of stories that don't get publicly announced that happen in probably the walls talk inside locker rooms and inside buildings that again, don't get publicized of a guy doing this or that or whatever. Like, I would really wonder, and again, you can say this after everything worked out, like if you were in the locker room, and I know you weren't, for when, like, the Denard Robinson story happened driving into a lake.
Yeah.
Or a retention pond, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder what the reaction was like. And honestly, that might have been in the off season when that happened. I can't remember exactly. But so we do get those kind of stories where the locker room's like, did that really happen? And that must have been Kassim Osgood kind of story. Like, just visualize how that's going down. And it looks like it's straight out of a movie or a sitcom, right?
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. So there was that story, and then the other story that's of public knowledge as well. That was like one of the leading headlines on TMZ. My rookie year was an offensive tackle by the name of Kevin Haslam. Had to get a rookie haircut and in his haircut they put something that probably wasn't the most appropriate, and TMZ got a hold of it, and that was the reason why haircuts were banned then in Jacksonville, and you couldn't really haze anymore, was because of what happened to Kevin Haslam.
Now, I don't remember that story.
This was on TMZ. Like this was the leading story of TMZ for a day. And Jack Del Rio mentioned, like, he brought us in the room and he's like, yep, we're done with that because, everybody knows about it now. So congratulations, you guys ruined it. So I remember Jack Del Rio getting pretty upset of the distractions that one haircut caused.
Now, is that why you ended up eventually getting taped to the goalpost, do you think?
No, I got taped to the goalpost because, well, it was a defensive lineman thing, I guess, and we're all rookies. I mean, that was the one downside of our rookie class was it was Tyson Alualu, DeAnthony Smith, Larry Hart, and myself. So you had 4 rookies on the defensive line. And then, you had some undrafted free agents as well. So, like, essentially, we were the group. Like, we were the rookie group, the defensive linemen. So we always got it the worst because there's most of us, in one position group.
I got you. Well, to flip from those kind of stories.
Yeah. Once again, the Kevin Haslam story, not a funny story for us, not for him, but not a feel-good story.
No, this is a feel-good story about Dawuane Smoot and helping his wife deliver their baby girl. And Smoot joined Keyshawn J. and Max this morning, and you could hear it on ESPN 690. Here's what else he had to say this morning on ESPN 690.
The day before, we actually went to the doctors, and everything was fine. She said she wasn't dilated. She said there was, like, no risk of the baby coming within the week. So we were thinking that she wasn't going to come for another week, and she wasn't even full term yet. She ended up having her at 37 weeks. But so the night it happened, apparently she was up at 3 o'clock. This was my wife. Well, my wife is telling me she was up at 3 o'clock. She said she had to use the bathroom, and right after she did, the contractions started coming on. And that's when I woke up and I saw her bent over near the dresser. And, of course, I'm coming over asking, is everything okay? Let's go ahead and start timing out the contractions and everything. And when we did, there were about 30-second contractions in a minute in between. So it started to come very, very quickly. And we're like, okay, you're having these contractions. We called the midwife, and because we were planning on having her naturally at a birthing center anyways. So we called her, and she said, okay, just go ahead and head over, just stay calm. And that's what we tried to do. And Amari, in the midst of it, she was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a shower and just get prepared for this. But right when she got in the shower, the contractions started to come on stronger and stronger. So we had to hurry up and get out of the shower. We're just like, all right, let's just hurry up and get in the car. We had to get our 2-year-old son, and we just started walking towards the door. And before I knew it, turned around, and she's like bending over in pain. So I came over to her, and she collapsed in pain, and she just telling me, hey, we're not going to make it to the hospital. Like, feel down there. I put my hand down there, and I feel a baby's head. Yeah. And literally within the next 10 seconds, the whole baby just came flying out, and I had no other choice but to catch Amari and to catch the baby at the same time. And once we did, the umbilical cord was kind of tied behind her neck, and my unbelievable wife, she literally just popped into action, grabbed the umbilical cord, and took it off her neck. And the baby looked up and took a deep breath and started crying. We were like, yes, all right, it's a healthy baby. Yeah.
What a story. I mean, it's just amazing. How many times he's going to tell that story for the rest of his life, probably. But Dawuane Smoot really all over the place telling the story now from the national radio shows, the TV shows, and you could hear it this morning on ESPN 690. And we're just sharing some of that. We'll have more of it, of course, throughout the rest of the week on a lot of our TV shows, including Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group, coming up a little bit later on. And that is with Shaquille Griffin. He will join us from String Sports Brewery. Brent Martineau here right now until 6. That show is at 7 on Fox 30. And Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz in the studios. The Smoot story is a cool one. And now hopefully they can all enjoy their bye week. Mm-hmm. As you're sending me these other stories now, and I'm being distracted by them.
Oh, sorry,
but now
man.
Everybody is sending them as well.
Good.
So, I will get caught up on this story soon enough for sure. Hey, yesterday you brought up, we were talking about some topics around the NFL. You know, Deshaun Watson became a big one over the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about Deshaun Watson yesterday. I feel like I don't know if I'm exactly right, but I feel like I was getting warmer as we were talking about that yesterday. This is not to pat myself on the back. I could be dead wrong. But I feel like this is something Houston is trying to move on. Do you get that sense as well?
When you say Houston's trying to, like, they're trying to make stuff up, or what do you mean?
Well, they're trying to create a market, and speed up the market, and just get rid of and done with Deshaun Watson. That's what I feel like. I don't know, but it just has the sense of that. Again, the reports were coming out of Houston. The team could certainly feed that to people. There might be a little smoke on Miami, but are they trying to get some other suitors like Denver that could be involved and put pressure on other teams that might need a quarterback and say, hey, you got an opportunity. And, by the way, 2022 doesn't have a great draft class of quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So you have this opportunity to get a guy that's really good and has done a lot. And if you want to take a little chance and really change your organization from the quarterback position, you might want to jump in the game a little bit before the trade deadline of November 2nd. I just feel like it's more that than actually Miami's really hot and heavy and pushing for the Deshaun Watson thing because, like I said yesterday, man, I think they can wait this out a little bit and they might get better value for Deshaun after the season or closer to the new league year in 2022 than they might even right now. So I feel like this is coming from Houston trying to maybe wash their hands of the Watson situation.
You think it could be from his agent as well, though?
Well, it could be. I mean, it could be a little bit of a ploy there. And so whether it's the camp, whether it's Houston itself, yeah, I feel like it's just in that zip code.
Sure. No, for sure. Yeah, and I think it is. Yeah, I mean, that's where the sources first started coming from. So I definitely agree with you there. And, you hear the teams still being rumored, whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Dolphins, obviously. I heard that the Panthers were like a long shot for that. I mean, someone verified said that as well. Yeah, I know, Casey. Sorry about hey, Casey, relax. All right, it was just some random. All right, he was verified, but it was some random.
They just threw the team in.
They threw the team in there. Sam Darnold's fine. Okay, keep benefiting from having him in fantasy, I guess. At the end of the day, is the juice worth the squeeze right now for Deshaun Watson? And I think we both agree that it is not because you're not sure what you're about to get. There could be a whirlwind coming your way in terms of legal precedents and who knows, maybe even jail time. So I think it's unrealistic to expect a team like the Dolphins or, for whatever reason, the Eagles when you have Jalen Hurts right now, but like the Eagles to give up that much draft capital because it's going to be something. Like you can't justify trading Deshaun Watson away for less than Matthew Stafford got despite the allegations. It's just not how the NFL works. It's not how business works. So I just think it is Houston or it's Deshaun Watson's agent trying to move the conversation a little bit. And unless you get him on the super discount, I don't see Deshaun Watson going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't either. I just don't. My gut, this is all a gut play by me. I just feel like this is a little bit of gamesmanship and all the rest. I don't think Deshaun Watson's in a new place by November 2nd. I don't feel that. Could happen. I just don't feel it. Another thing you brought up yesterday we didn't get to is Dan Campbell kind of calling out his quarterback. This is a position that we have we're talking about Jared Goff, by the way. And Goff's been interesting in the news, right? Campbell and the whole McVay thing. McVay kind of apologized for how it all went down. And Goff even acknowledged that today, that he appreciates that, though he still remembers how it went down. So that part of it's kind of interesting. But Dan Campbell not coddling his QB, that's different. In the NFL, even the quarterback gets coddled. We've talked about it before. How do you feel about it? Do you like it? And if you're going to be a hard-nosed, tough guy coach, well, be that way with everybody.
Yeah. Dan Campbell coming out and saying, I feel like he needs to step into more than he has. He's got to start winning some ball games, all this stuff. It's an interesting way to go about things. If it's a quarterback's coach, I can see that. If it's an offensive coordinator, I can see that. But, Dan Campbell, I mean, last time I checked, was he a quarterback in the NFL?
No.
No, he was not. Was he a quarterback's coach in the NFL?
No.
No, he was not. So to come out there and put Jared Goff on blast like that, I don't think it's the best look. I get what Dan Campbell's trying to do, and he's trying to be different, and you're trying to get the best out of your quarterback. Now, I think he came out today and said Jared Goff is obviously still a guy going forward, and that's the way it's going to be. So he kind of, re-upped a little bit and cleared the air, if you will. But, yeah, I think Jared Goff knows what he has to do. I don't think he needs his head coach calling him out as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting deal with Goff because Goff, it makes me think of, he was in a pretty good situation. He was obviously in a very good situation. McVay knows quarterbacks, and he knows offense, and it feels like that's a good fit for any quarterback. Blake Bortles even tried to go there to get fixed, if you will. It was almost like this rehab place for quarterbacks. But Goff goes to the Super Bowl. We think that was a lot McVay and pushing the buttons. Almost felt like they were playing flag football in L.A. With Goff at QB, where they would call every play for him and look over to the sideline and then just, okay, go execute it. But Goff has some skills. I mean, he's not great. And now you look at his career and you wonder, because Detroit's not a great place to be. He's working with Mark Brunell there in Detroit, but Detroit overall, and I know we could say the same about Jacksonville, but it's not like, is that going to be a place where he can blossom? And even in Dan Campbell's, you figure that they will be good from a defensive, hard-nosed, tough-style football. Does that benefit the quarterback? Well, maybe. It can help you win some games. But is he going to blossom in Detroit? I would think many of us would bet against that. Mm-hmm. We can wonder, Carson Wentz, is he going to blossom in Indianapolis and kind of resurrect his career? You bet for that. I kind of bet against that. Well, right now he's playing good football, and they're getting the most out of Carson Wentz. So, there's different scenarios, and I just don't know if at the end of the day Jared Goff's going to get it done. I think the writing is kind of on the wall that it's not going to be great. But we do talk about this a lot, and I'm okay with the quarterback being criticized a little bit. There's a lot on the quarterback, I understand, more so than anybody else. He gets a lot of blame, right? Gets a lot of credit. All those cliches, those are true. So you got to pick your spots. But I think I'm okay with the quarterback, especially one that really doesn't have a lot of equity built up, hey, challenge him, even if it's going to be in front of the media. I don't think there's too much negative about that, unless you're going to go call out Aaron Rodgers, who's then going to get ticked off about it.
Yeah,
that's the situation you got to be careful of.
No, for sure. But okay, then is Dan Campbell calling out other Lions players? Because I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I think this one got the headline. Here's what I would say, Austin. Urban Meyer's called out some players. Oh, I don't necessarily called out's the right word. He's been transparent about players.
Yeah, but has he said what players have to do to improve? For instance, has Urban Meyer said about Caleb on Chase on how he has to use his hands better, or he has to get out of his stance quicker, or he's got to drop back into coverage better? Has he done that?
But I would say I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that DJ Chark, he really talked about specifically at what they call that snapshot, like at that snapshot moment, like when you're about to make a play, he needs to win that battle more. And then we saw him out on the practice field and coaching that up a little bit. So I think from a specific point of view with DJ Chark, I remember it. I guess it has been done.
Okay. I just think that I think if you have no experience playing the quarterback position and you're not a quarterback's coach, and then you're going to call your quarterback, the captain of the team, the leader of the team, and try to give him like mechanic advice. I'm not like, on his mechanic. I'm not sure if I align with that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It would come if it's coming from Frank Reich, who works with quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
If it's coming from McVay, those kind of, then you understand it a little bit more. If it's coming from your offensive coordinator, if Mark Brunell's at the podium and he's talking about it, I get what you're saying there. And you got to be probably a little bit careful. It's a slippery slope. I think the other end of it has been so protective over the years that, like, it's not the quarterback's fault. It's not don't upset the quarterback to the point where don't bring in competition for the quarterback. We don't want to ruffle it. We got to keep this guy in a good mood, good spirit, good everything. It's like, holy cow. And I guess this is the other end of that to a degree. It wasn't like he didn't lambaste Goff, but he probably said exactly what Goff knew, that he's got to play better. And that's part of it. So be interesting to watch Dan Campbell. He is who he is. Hard-nosed, tough-nosed, sometimes teary-eyed. Head coach, by the way, the teary-eyed presser did not do them well. They did not bounce from that very well.
No.
They got crushed by Cincy instead.
So are we still on the boat that you shouldn't cry in a press conference? Or you shouldn't get teary-eyed?
I don't think you should. Not 5 games into the season.
Okay.
That was a mistake.
So do you think the players played bad because he cried? So we'll forget this. We're not going to play well now? Is that what happened in Detroit?
They certainly didn't play better.
Well, it's Detroit.
There's no crying in football.
Name me 5 players right now on the Detroit roster. Okay.
We talk about his coach a lot. We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. We got to go. I can't name those 5 players right now. Maybe on the other side after I Google them, which is one of the top 5 brands, if you didn't know. We'll be back from String Sports Brewery, Florida State. What do they got cooking this weekend? We talk about them on the way on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly to mostly sunny skies today. We'll see high temperatures warm in the mid-80s inland, low 80s at the coast. Dry this evening. Overnight, we drop down to the mid-60s. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Beatonball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. Don't miss Beards BOGO Wedding Band Sale, happening now through October 24th.
Whether you're a rock-solid hard athlete or a hardcore fan, in Little League, a pro, or a weekend warrior, Cora Physical Therapy is here to help you reach your goals. We're happy to announce that Cora is now open in Kingsland, on Boone and Haddock, and we're coming soon to Brunswick. With a total of 17 clinics in the Jacksonville region, there's sure to be one near your home or work. Call or come in today for a free screening. No physician's referral needed. CoraPhysicalTherapy.com, treating everyone right.
He's kept you ahead of storms.
This is going to be a very active afternoon of storms.
He's taken you inside storms.
Look at the Reds then that have shifted a little south of Jacksonville.
And for 33 years, the Chief has seen it all. Forecasting severe weather days in advance. So when storms are headed your way, there is only one meteorologist to turn to tonight, the Chief. The knowledge and experience of Jacksonville's Chief Meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Action News Jack's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Beards Diamonds has been busy this fall, getting their showcases ready for the largest inventory of wedding bands in North Florida.
So if you're getting married soon or want to upgrade your bands, don't miss Beards Diamonds' incredible buy one, get one wedding band sale.
But hurry, it ends this Sunday at Beards Diamonds.
All wedding bands are buy one, get one free. Save thousands.
Plus, all stackables, all right-hand rings, all eternity bands, and more are buy one, get one free.
See hundreds of the latest styles from famous designers at beardsdiamonds.com.
It's the largest selection of wedding bands in North Florida at the guaranteed lowest price.
Couples wait for this sale all year.
Buy any wedding band and get the other band free.
Now you can go bigger and better with the band she's always dreamed of during Beard's Buy One, Get One sale. But hurry, it ends this Sunday.
Get the lowest prices in Jacksonville, guaranteed, at Beards Diamonds.
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Koala Insulation. Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
I'm Elfrida Boney, founder and CEO of Perfectly Suited Career Consulting. I'm proud to be a Jacks Chamber member and to serve on the advisory board of the Jacksonville Women's Business Center. The JWBC is innovating and adapting, embracing the digital transformation to serve more women in Northeast Florida. For example, we are launching the Network of Trust program that will mentor and vet female business owners, preparing them to take the next step as a company. For more information, visit jackschamberfoundation.org.
Okay, I get it. So the summer season's almost over, but that's why we live in Florida. And that's why our friends at Arlington are doing fall Florida style with hot temps and even hotter deals. Get to Arlington Toyota today because they have 400 new Toyotas available with interest rates as low as 0% on over 10 new Toyota models. Plus, you get 30 days to love your purchase or exchange it. And every new car purchase gets a lifetime warranty with unlimited time and miles. Shop ArlingtonToyota.com today. Visit ArlingtonToyota.com for full details.
Life always has its challenges, but if you feel hopeless or suicidal, you don't have to face it alone. I'm Dr. Christine Caulfield, CEO of LSF Health Systems, and our free Link to Life program can help. We'll connect you with a care coordinator who will work with you to build better tomorrows. Please take suicide off the table. Contact Link to Life at 904-582-3252 or visit lsfhealthsystems.org.
Slip and falls can be embarrassing, leaving you in pain and feeling like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anna John Levine. After a fall, document the scene by taking photographs. Make sure to get medical attention for any injuries you may have. If you've been injured in a slip and fall, call the law offices of Anna John Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big when you call 8338-ROCKET today. For example, with a $250,000 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, you could get a new low rate under 3%. If your current rate is over 3.75%, you could lower your payment by over $100 a month, saving thousands in interest. But you've got to act now, because no one knows how long these low rates will last. So when you need a simple way to get big savings, Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Refinance offer assumes a rate of 2.99%, 3.21% APR, 70% loan-to-value ratio for the cost of 1.75 points. $4,375 due at closing. Monthly payment of $1,052.66. Taxes and insurance not included. Payment will be greater. Rates current as of 7/26/21. Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jackson. After you listen to us from 3 to 6 today, hear Thursday Night Football as the 3-3 Broncos travel to Cleveland and take on the 3-3 Browns. Coverage starts at 8 right here on ESPN 690. Yeah, I think, if you're FSU, first of all, you got to hate to have a bye week. If you're FSU, you had a bye week last week. Coming off 2 wins, that's got to suck. Because especially when you have a team like UMass on the schedule, because you think you just roll right through that. And then after UMass, you got Clemson. But let's be real here. Trevor Lawrence is not the quarterback of Clemson.
Sure ain't.
Deshaun Watson is not the quarterback of anybody, but he's definitely not the quarterback of Clemson anymore. And it's definitely not Kelly Bryant either.
And Taj Boyd.
Not even Taj Boyd.
Yeah, I pulled it out.
Well, how about that? Some FSU talk from the fellas. That's Brian Middleton and, Casey Kurtz. 7 o'clock to 7:30 on Tuesday, preceding one of the Major League Baseball games on ESPN 690. Guys did a great job talking a little FSU. That was one of the topics. We talk about FSU as well. We are your home for full Florida State football and basketball on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, String Sports Brewery on a Thursday. Beautiful day here in Springfield. We have Jaguars All Access coming up 7 o'clock on Fox 30. We're a week or so away from Florida, Georgia here in Jacksonville, and should be exciting with the number one team in the country coming in to Jacksonville. Meanwhile, the Florida Gators, reeling a little bit, and a lot of questions about Dan Mullen and company. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But let's talk about Mike Norvell in Florida State because, hey, Austin Lane.
What you got?
Mike Norvell, is it starting to turn, or is this just a little blip of a 2 to maybe 3 game win streak because they likely will beat UMass this weekend?
Yeah, I think that Clemson game is going to be the big test here because they do have the momentum right now. I'm not sure in terms of health. Where they stand, I assume having that off week is only going to help things in terms of players feeling better, getting back to 100%. You get through UMass, and then, it's a true litmus test against Clemson. And I think anytime a team is on that win streak, especially, going on the road and playing North Carolina, having a very impressive performance, it's important to keep that rolling. So I think that Clemson-Florida State game is going to be very intriguing, but you can't overlook UMass because, Jacksonville State can come into your house and beat you as well.
Yes, it can happen. I think you're right. It does feel there are a couple of benchmark games coming up for Florida State that could be vital, and I don't know if they can get both of them. Actually, there's 3 in my opinion, so a few of them. I don't know. I don't think they can get all 3. I wonder if they can get 1 or 2. I mean, it's debatable. But you got Clemson, you got Miami, you got Florida to finish the year. Not just those 3 games, but you got that coming up, and those will be big-time wins for Mike Norvell if he could do that. 1 has been the king of the ACC, and obviously 2 are your in-state rivals. So it's going to be interesting to watch that if they can continue to play better football against those teams who are not playing lights-out football. To be honest with you, Clemson, getting to 20 points for Clemson is a tough deal these days. Miami has all sorts of issues. Florida, to me, is clearly the best team of the 3, but even they have some issues as of now. A lot can change over the next month. All right, let's bring in Casey Kurtz. He does our Florida State report, brought to you by Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue and Bono's Pit Barbecue. What you got, Casey Kurtz?
I got a couple things, but let me start here, Austin. Am I right in my guesstimation from on Tuesday where I said that you would want to not have a bye there and just roll right into UMass after winning 2 straight?
It's a fantastic call. Absolutely. Especially a game that you know you're probably going to win. You want to keep that momentum going. But I will say this, though. I would rather them play UMass and then Clemson as opposed to playing UMass, then having the bye week, then playing Clemson again. Because sometimes when you have that bye week, Casey, you come out a little flat. You know, you have a little bit of a break, and you want to get that routine going. You want to be a creature of habit. So I'm not the most upset about the schedule right now.
I got you. And we'll talk a little bit more, a lot more about Clemson next week. But you're right, Brent. They can't score points. That's why I think FSU could win that game. We're doing some trivia off the top. UMass, what are they? They are the UMass what?
They are the Minutemen.
Wow. I thought that would take longer.
No, I got you, man.
Come on, Casey.
I got you, man.
I didn't know.
Up there.
You didn't answer it, by the way.
Well, I was giving
points.
Austin
Give me what?
Chance.
Come on, Brent.
Yeah,
no?
I mean, you ever heard of John Calipari? Have you ever heard of
I think Brent was
Marcus
trying to Google
Camby?
it. Hey, I think Brent was trying to Google it.
Come on.
Yep. Got the shoes. Sometimes you can't make them dance, though. It's all right. I beat you to the punch.
I told you there was this old trivia question, and the Minutemen were one of the answers to this trivia question. At one time in Division I, I think it was basketball, there were 7 schools in the country that their mascot did not end with an S or have a color in it.
Okay.
And the Minutemen were one of the answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orange.
So,
I guess orange. Dang. Okay. Never mind.
Orange
yeah,
doesn't fit. By the way, they were even the Orange Men, so that you could have tried to get it, but no, that doesn't fit because of the color.
I got you.
Midshipmen, like Navy, would be one.
Okay.
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 I'm trying to think of the others. Okay.
Let's go ahead and just blow right through this FSU report. I like it.
All right, Casey, take it away. But we knew what the Minutemen were.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So yeah, the Minutemen, they've been struggling a bit this year. I don't know if they always do, but this year especially, they are coming off their first win of the season, 27-13 over UConn. They also had a bye to prepare, so that could scare you if you're an FSU fan. However, the Minutemen, they have their losses this year have been big: 44-17, 14, 50, and 38. So that is a lot of points to lose by.
They stink.
Yeah, you said it, not me. They only score 16.7 points a game, and so that's the situation with UMass. We are going to flip away from UMass, and we're going to tell you that coming up on November 10th is the first FSU basketball game of the season. On November 14th is a Sunday. They are playing Florida in the second game of the season at Florida, so that'll be a big matchup. FSU, by the way, picked second to finish second in the ACC behind Duke and in front of North Carolina. So that's a pretty big deal. And, of course, no Scotty Barnes, obviously, because he is in the NBA now. But I just wanted to pump that up because now seemed like a pretty good time to mention Florida State basketball. And you will be able to hear that on ESPN 690 as well as football. But here's the thing. Back to football. Don't call it a comeback, but you can call it a streak because this is going to be 3 in a row for Florida State. If you are interested in maybe getting some action on this game, you cannot bet money line anywhere. They won't let you. And the spread is now 35.5 in most places. There's one spot I found it at 36. Obviously, that is minus for FSU. The over-under in most spots is 59.5. I've also found it at 60. So the question is, would you bet FSU minus 35.5? And we're going to make it a game. I just decided for this week only. Austin Lane, what are you taking?
Oh, sorry, I was eating a cookie. Would I bet
FSU minus 35.5?
Man. 5 touchdowns,
Bono's and Willie Jewell's?
Yeah, it might have been. I mean, this is a game, so I'm trying to do my due diligence here and really think about this. You know, I am because I saw that. I didn't watch it, but I saw a highlight of the UConn UMass game, and wow.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. So, go ahead and give me Florida State.
And I believe that was the game of the century where you could go for $1. UConn and UMass, the tickets were $1.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if many people did go, but you could have if you so choose. So you are saying that FSU will cover the 35.5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Brent Martineau?
I kind of want to go there because I think they're going to want to pour it on and have a win like that. I don't know if I trust that. I can't trust that. I'll take 35-0 to start Saturday.
He just said that they suck, and then he's not taking the 35.5.
All right, hey, it's better that way. We got one on one side, one on the other.
I also didn't say Florida State was great.
That's a good point.
Well, to finish it up, FSU playing better. I think they are going to win some of these games, Brent, that you talked about. I think they're going to give Clemson a hard time, and we've got plenty of time to talk about that. But I'm going to finish this off by telling you that this game is at noon, and you can hear it on ESPN 690. Coverage starts at 10 a.m., so be around for that. Go get in your car, sit in the driveway, and listen to Gene Deckerhoff do the FSU game. Obviously on ESPN 690. And that is Florida State Report, sponsored by Bono's Pit Barbecue and Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue.
Well, hold on, Casey. Who are you taking? I mean, you can't.
I just sung prayers for Give me minus 35.5.
I got you.
Jordan Travis is an animal.
Let's lock it in then.
He's going to win some games down the stretch. All of a sudden, he's in the Heisman competition. You laugh. I'm dead serious.
It's locked in.
All right, I got one for you. Which win, if they could get it, would mean the most for FSU?
I know where we're going. I like it.
Beating Clemson, beating Miami, beating Florida. If you could just have one this year, which would do it?
I would say Florida.
I would say
because
Florida
it's
as well.
Florida.
Yep.
However, I would say Florida, but I'd say Clemson is second over Miami because you're at Clemson in that game, and what Clemson has been.
Yeah, it's a good call, and I think I think I agree with you guys on Florida, but in the ACC, the top dog has been Clemson, and so. But I don't know if that let me ask you this, okay? If I were to flip the tables and let's just say Florida is back in 2014 and 15 and blah blah blah, and they're struggling, and they could beat Alabama, or they could beat Florida State. Wouldn't you take Alabama?
I mean, but it doesn't. Look, I know it's not SEC and SEC,
Alabama.
but it just means more. Florida State, Florida.
Well, to me, yes, Clemson's been the top of the class in the ACC. But to me, the state of Florida is one of the top in the class in terms of college football recruiting. And to me, you make a statement in recruiting if Florida State, somehow finds a way to beat Florida.
I agree with you. I understand. Listen, I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think it's a more debatable answer than just Florida, though, because Clemson comes down to the state of Florida, too. And Clemson's been getting all the top dogs in the ACC. And so if you want to play in the ACC, recruiting and beating Clemson can factor in. I get what you're saying. I just don't know if it's as clear-cut because, we're not just talking about the top dog in Clemson. We're talking about the second-best program and arguably the best program of the last 6 years in college football. So, I mean, it's been that good. And Clemson is still winning. They will probably, at that point, have less losses than Florida, I'm assuming. And so, I wonder if it's I wonder how Florida State fans feel about that. Like, would they feel more jacked up about a win at Clemson on a Saturday night, or would they feel more jacked up losing to Clemson, losing to Miami, and then beating Florida?
What's crazy about the whole scenario for Florida State is how bad they started. You look at the rest of the schedule: Clemson, Miami, Florida, Boston College, UMass, obviously, and NC State. And the only game I'm counting them out of is NC State. I think NC State is good. That game is at Florida State, but I think Clemson, Miami, Florida, Boston College, and UMass all gettable. I think North Carolina State is just better. By the way, my dad texted me. He's listening to the show. Dr. J apparently went to UMass.
Huh. Dr. J did go to UMass. He's right. Guys, UMass a big thing. UMass is like an hour and a half from where I grew up.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know Dr. J went to. I didn't know any of these things about UMass.
Any other notable alumni from UMass there, Brent?
Marcus Camby.
Any other Notable
John
alumni?
Calipari, coach there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have come up with Dr. J?
Probably not at the tip of my tongue, but as soon as he said that, yeah, I know that. Let's see, who else? If you want football, Liam Cohen, who was calling that Kentucky offense, went there.
Okay.
I know that because he's a Rhode Island guy.
Brett, you're missing the biggest one.
I'm missing a big one?
You're the biggest. Hang
Over
on.
Dr. J?
Yeah, but see, I guess she went there after or during her. Oh, I gave too much away. Yeah, you're missing the biggest name.
It's a she.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to get it.
Serena Williams is
Really?
Yep, University of Massachusetts Amherst notable alumni. Serena Williams, number 1.
She's a minute woman.
A minute woman.
Wow.
Richard
Did she
Gere.
do that online?
I have no idea. I'm just going off the website. Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
I don't know who
very
that is.
good.
Oh, Casey, you're so young.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to say is it's bad when Brent knows who it is.
That is
and
not
you
good.
don't.
That's not a good sign.
Because he didn't know who Daniel Day-Lewis is.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Do you know who Daniel Day-Lewis is?
Yeah.
Thank God. All right. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, those are kind of like the famous ones.
Wow. All right. Hey, real quick, we've got to get out of here. I know get to break. But since we're on football, we got Florida, Georgia coming up next week. Looks like if Casey approves, we're going to do 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. from the Duval House on Florida, Georgia Saturday. And then we got a bunch of TV coverage.
Nice.
So we will have that coming up. And a real quick thought on Dan Mullen, guys. Dan Mullen kind of feels like the seat is getting hot. Why don't I feel like that's a little over the top. Am I wrong? Or should the seat be getting a little warm for Dan Mullen?
I mean, I think the seat should be getting warm. I mean, we're talking about the SEC here, where if you're not winning championships, then what are you doing, especially as a big university like the Florida Gators? So I think it warrants at least conversations of, thinking should it be on the hot seat or not?
Yeah, and a lot of people obviously talking about the recruiting. There's just noise. There's noise in the system.
Yeah.
In Gatorland. All right, we take a break. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 live at String Sports Brewery here on a Thursday. Be here until 6. Jaguars All Access coming up at 7 o'clock on Fox 30. Come on out, though. Beautiful day here in Springfield. We talk more sports right after this on ESPN 690.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jacks, and I have something brand new to ESPN 690 to share with you. Every Jags home game morning, we are bringing you ESPN 690 Game Day Live from the Duval House. Brent Martineau will be live at the Duval House, right next to the bank, and I'll be in studio getting you ready for a Jags home game, the other games around the NFL, fantasy football, and even some Survivor Pool advice as well. Listen live every Jags home game morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's ESPN 690 Game Day Live, sponsored by the Duval House.
We're back and better than ever. A new web interface for the start of the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline.net remains your #1 spot for all the basketball and football betting content this season. From basketball, football, baseball postseason, NHL, boxing, and right up to the upcoming UFC events. So don't wait to check out all the latest news, odds, and information for the 2021 season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to find all the info on your favorite sports. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
Hey, boss, explain to me again why we're here at this pumpkin patch in the middle of the night.
I told you, since pumpkin prices have gone through the roof this year, we're gonna swipe these babies so we can sell them and make a fortune.
I don't like it, boss. Why can't we go back to breaking into houses?
Because so many people have discovered Safe Touch security that it's putting us out of business. You know we stay away from Safe Touch houses.
I know, boss, but stealing pumpkins?
You got a better idea, Sunshine? I mean, between Safe Touch's 45-second response time, the two-way communicator...
Boss, wait. What is that? Over there near that big pumpkin.
Oh, no. Is that what I think it is?
Boss, it's a Safe Touch sign. The patch is wired.
Quick, get to the van.
I'm going, boss.
They must have video monitoring. Curse you, Lester Jackson.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, I hate Safe Touch.
Folks, know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call 886-4664 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Bono's Pit Barbecue. Yeah, it's good. It's more than food. It's about the flavor, the tradition. It's barbecue, and it's who we are at Bono's. Locally smoked since 1949. Almost 20 locations around Jacksonville. On the menu, smokehouse stackers, sandwiches, salads, sides, and Bono's family feast. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. Authentic traditional Southern barbecue. Feel the flavor, feel the community. Bono's Pit Barbecue. Yeah, it's good.
It's a new approach to healthcare. The Center for Health and Sports Medicine is built on the pillars of health: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, with primary care sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, an advanced diagnostics lab for wellness and sports medicine, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art fitness facility, all under one roof. What does this mean for you? As a Center for Health and Sports Medicine patient, you'll receive medical care in a collaborative, proactive, goal-oriented manner. In other words, everything they do is centered around you. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Today, I took someone to their first job.
Today, I helped someone get to a medical appointment.
Today, I helped someone see their loved ones.
Today, I took someone to see a concert.
JTA bus operators are professional, trained, courteous, and proud. Become a driver of change. JTA is now hiring bus operators and is offering $10,000 to $15,000 hiring bonuses. On-the-job training provided. CDL training available. To apply, log on to go.jtafla.com/drive or call 904-630-3100. That's 630-3100 to become a driver of change.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. String Sports Brewery, Brett Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz here on a Thursday. Beautiful one at that here in Springfield. Come on out to Strings if you haven't been. Come on out to the radio show from 3 until 6. Or come out to Jaguars All Access, 7 to 7:30. Plenty to do. Play some darts, play some video games. Golden tea over there. Shoot some hoops, drink some beer, eat some food. Sounds like a good thing to do. So come on out here to Strings Sports Brewery. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz. By the way, don't forget to download the Relevant app. We're going to be putting more information on the Relevant app, more, well, exclusive new content coming up. So download that, RELEVNT. It's the Relevant app. Once again, Casey told me today, he said, hey, Dawuane Smoot is on with the guys right now in the morning show, and I hit the Relevant app, boom, could hear the show right there. That was the quickest way to get to the show, is by clicking on the Relevant app. So you can hear live radio on ESPN 690, plus you can join a bunch of different vibes, whatever you like. It doesn't have to be sports related, but certainly follow the ESPN 690 vibe, if you will. Let's go to the phone and welcome in Mark Berman from,
hey, fellas.
Putting on a big golf event right here. What's up, man? You got a big 2-week event going on at World Golf Village. We will be down there to cover it. It's a women's event, first-time event in St. Augustine. It'll eventually land on a match play format. Tell us all about it. It's new to the area, so nobody really knows exactly what's happening, but it's something that you want to keep an eye on because it looks pretty cool.
I appreciate that. And honestly, I'm not sure some days I know exactly what's happening. I'm still actually reeling from the whole Serena Williams went to UMass thing.
Yeah, I know. I got to Google that. I don't know if we're factually correct on that.
I wouldn't trust us. Because being from Massachusetts, you have to take the exit quiz, and I don't remember that being a question. So at any rate, hey, man, thanks for having us on. We're really excited. So we're actually hosting the first professional women's golf tournament in the market in, some say 10 to 15 years, depends who you ask, but a really long time. And we're so excited about it. It's a 2-week event. It is unique in every facet. It is, we've got basically we really have 3 missions, Brent. The first is really shining a light on professional women's golf and getting people out here to watch these fantastic players. They are not LPGA players. They are the players working their way toward the LPGA. For a sports show guy, it's AA baseball. It's ECHL hockey. It is these girls that are on the way up. Maybe they've been to the show and they're working their way back. But they are incredible athletes, incredible people. We've got U.S. Open players in the field, U.S. amateur players in the field, college champions in the field, bunch of Gators, bunch of Seminoles, bunch of SEC players. I mean, these are good players. And if you don't know their names now, you're going to know their names in 5 years. So let's get to know them.
Yeah, no doubt. Mark Berman with us, and it's called the PXG Women's Match Play Championships down at World Golf Village. And here's what makes it kind of unique. And we cover a lot of different golf events and events in general, but it will run for a few days, 54-hole stroke play event next week at King of the Bear, and then turn into a match play the following week. So basically, people are going to be hanging around in town for a couple weeks. I know you have a kids clinic that you're putting on Halloween morning as well. So there's some festivities around this. Obviously good for golf, good exposure for golf, good players, but two different kind of formats might make it appealing for golf fan in general.
Yeah, it's the match play format isn't something that especially in the U.S., right? Like there's not a lot of match play golf here. The women play very little match play, so we're excited to kind of give them a little bit of a change of scenery, if you will, change of fare. But the format itself is unique in that we've got 2 days of pool play. So we've got 64 players. They will go into 16 groups of 4, and one player will come out of each pool and go right into the knockout rounds of 16. And then it's traditional match play, right? So 16, 8, 4, 2. Pool play starts on the 1st of November. They actually play each other. They play 9-hole matches against each other. And rather than do a one-loss kind of thing, we're actually doing points, right? So it's like everybody's member guest. So every hole matters. And we did that from both the player perspective and the fan perspective, right? So you go out to watch a match, and the player you're going out to watch, or maybe you're going out to watch both of them, and the match is over after the 12th or 13th hole, well, that's not that much fun, right? So now we've got 9 holes. Every match counts. Every hole counts all the way to the end. They get a bonus point basically for the match won. And so, the next day, so you could lose your first match 7-2, and you're still well on the hunt to get to the round of 16.
Yeah,
so it's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I would be down 7-2 and would have to stay alive. So I like that scoring system.
Exactly.
Mark Berman with us. All right, so here's the deal. It's free, too, if you want to attend it, right? Limited tickets, but they are free tickets. So, and there's a nonprofit organization that benefits, and that's Kids Inc. So make sure you can support the local community as well. A lot of festivities going on here around this golf tournament. It starts with the 3-day stroke play, October 26th through the 28th at World Golf Village. 2 Pro-Ams, Generation W, links to Leadership Summit as well, and I mentioned a free junior clinic on Halloween morning as well. So really a lot going on before the match play part of it takes place on November 1st. Mark, appreciate all the info. We'll keep people posted. We'll be out there covering it. I know I'll be emceeing an event on Sunday down there to kick things off. Good luck with the event, and hopefully we'll see you a bunch in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, my friend. I look forward to it. Hope to see a whole bunch of your fans out there.
All right. Thanks, Mark Berman, and good luck with the PXG Women's Match Play Championship, first of its kind, coming to St. Augustine World Golf Village. Starts next week, October 26, 27, 28, and then match play November 1st through the 4th with a lot of festivities in between and free. You got to like that, so make sure you go look it up, if you can, at www.wapt.golf. wapt.golf. We'll be right back. Football at 5 coming up from String Sports Brewery right after this on ESPN 690.
You love Zoom for video meetings? Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communications too. Zoom Phone works seamlessly within the Zoom app as your business phone system. Zoom Phone's secure HD audio and enterprise-grade reliability keep you connected to your teams and your customers. And it's easy to use on mobile, desktop, or desk phone. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more. because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299. All on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
For 50 years, Taylor has been a leader in caring for the elderly. Providing quality, compassionate care has always been our mission. At Taylor Care Center and Taylor Manor, our recipe for success has always been our exceptional team. They work tirelessly to ensure that your family member gets the best care possible. When residents were not able to spend time with you and your family, our team stepped up to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and special occasions. Our dedicated staff is among the best in the business. Taylor Residents, providing safe, compassionate care every day.
You have choices when booking a tour of St. Augustine from the water. Sadly, some tour boat operators don't follow the same high ethical standards as Redboat Tours. Don't be a victim of fake reservations or misleading emails. Book with the one and only Redboat Tours, one of the best boat tour experiences in America according to USA Today. Locally and family owned and operated Redboat Tours. Go to redboattours.com. That's redboattours.com to book a tour you can trust.
Temperatures keep climbing and hotter weather means your body needs more water. Stay hydrated. CGC Water Treatment wants to make sure the water you and your family drink is cleaner, healthier, and tastes great. It starts with the Kinetico system, proudly made in America and installed by the pros CGC Water. Not sure about your water? Call CGC. They'll analyze your water for free. I haven't had to worry about my water since I got mine installed because Kinetico systems remove up to 99% of the contaminants. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Kinetico makes the world's most efficient softeners, non-electric twin tanks that use less salt and water during regeneration. Save up to $500 on select softener and RO systems this month. Financing available with approved credit. Call CGC Water at 904-552-1242. Call and ask about Conway Club, the new service program that will save you money on salt, filters, delivery, parts, and labor. Tell them Brent sent you and find out all the details and all the great ways you can save. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com, your local independent Kinetico dealer.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Maureen saved big shopping epic daily deals at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. And with her brand new tableware, everyone's welcome at Maureen's table. All of her family, friends, even her neighbor with the pet. Hey, has anyone seen a ferret around here? Found it. Dig into Amazon's epic daily deals. Spend less, smile more.
You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life. And you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut, take two, action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose, to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself. To look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, no, not me. You've been given a new opportunity to live. Get started at NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
Don't let a cold keep you up. Take NyQuil Severe for max strength relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms so you can rest tonight and get back at it tomorrow. NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms. NyQuil Severe temporarily relieves common cold and flu symptoms, including cough, sore throat, headache, minor aches and pains, fever, runny nose, and sneezing. NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anna Jar and Levine studios. Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anna Jar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Dan, we're a third of the way through the season. It's Trevor Lawrence's rookie season, of course. Has he lived up to the crazy hype that surrounded him during that pre-draft process?
I absolutely think so.
Okay.
I think in the last 3 weeks, he's been far and away the best rookie in football. He looks like a superstar. I think the biggest thing is you're starting to watch him play really fast, yet also be aggressive.
All right, that's a little more Dan Orlovsky on Trevor Lawrence and playing fast and being aggressive. I saw a stat today, and I forget who shared this, but it was yards per attempt the last 3 weeks, I think it was. And that's a good stat for a quarterback in an offense. It can be. You can spin it to be a good one. And I think he was 8.1 and ahead of some big-name quarterbacks in that mark. And that kind of shows, all right, fast, aggressive, that adds up. We wondered, was he pushing the ball down the field too much early on? Can he come back and still get those big plays? And I think we're seeing that. 28-yard touchdown to Marvin Jones. The big throw that actually Orlovsky highlighted today on social media down the seam when he took a big hit. They are still getting chunk plays in their offense. Cincinnati game, 58 yards. I think it was Cincinnati. Maybe that was the Tennessee game. To Laviska. That was Cincinnati game. So big chunk plays. So even though he's checking down more, even though he's taking the safer, more conservative route more, Trevor Lawrence continues to get the ball down the field, which is, I think, a very positive sign. He's not giving up one to accomplish the other. He's now mixing the two together. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz here at String Sports Brewery. And what are your overall thoughts on Trevor Lawrence, Austin? I know there's still more of the mountain to climb. Yeah. We're not ready to claim him in the MVP conversation. We're not ready to put him in the Pro Bowl this year. Is he going to climb his way into Rookie of the Year potential? You got Mac Jones, you got Jamar Chase right now. Jamar Chase is running away with that, you would think.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he could get in that. There's a lot of games to go now. He could certainly put himself in that conversation. And most importantly, maybe most notably, is he tracking in the right direction and better than the other quarterbacks that the Jags could have taken, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so a few answers here. So in terms of Rookie of the Year, I mean, where it sits right now, I think he's on the outside looking in. I think Jamar Chase is obviously the runaway here. I also think Najee Harris could be a dark horse. And also I think Mac Jones right now has edged Trevor Lawrence. I really do. Just in terms of wins, obviously, and in terms, I'm not sure how the stats are comparable, but I'm pretty sure I've given Mac Jones more positive grades. We do our quarterback report card every week than Trevor Lawrence at the moment. Now, there's plenty of season left. That can change around on the drop of a dime, so I'm not ready to write off Trevor Lawrence quite yet. I just think Jamar Chase, Mac Jones, and maybe even Najee Harris are probably ahead of Trevor Lawrence where they stand right now. As far as what I think of Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's kind of where I thought he was going to be. I made sure to curb my expectations too high because, once again, I mentioned it before with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. We get so infatuated with yards per game and passing touchdowns and all this stuff, and I didn't think that it was going to be like that. The interceptions and the turnovers in the beginning, it was obviously a little concerning, but he's kind of cleaned that up a little bit, and he's progressed better not turning the ball over. So I think Trevor Lawrence, in terms of expectations, he's pretty much right where I thought he was going to be at this point.
Yeah, that's a good call. Now, listen, I would say this. If you're telling me that you think Mac Jones has outperformed Trevor Lawrence, I'm not sure I thought that would be the case, if I'm being honest. Now, that might be more of credit to Mac Jones. They're only 2-4. He's played well. I think we've seen him in big spots play pretty well, come back from a pick six, answer the bell, go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady. So, yeah, I mean, he's earned some of that. I guess my one knock against Mac, and this isn't really a knock. Well, two thoughts. one, I don't think he had the – did he have 1 3-interception game so far? I think Mac did, right? I'm pretty sure. I think it was like week 3 or something.
Yeah, when he played New Orleans.
Yeah, so he had the one bad game, let's just say, maybe like you would have said like the Denver game for Trevor. Well, Trevor also had the Houston game, which I don't think was a good game. Now, he had some moments in that game where like, okay, that's cool, because I remember everybody coming out of that thing and like, yeah, but I saw some things, right? I saw some things that I liked. But still, overall, the first 2 games for Trevor Lawrence, you can't say were good.
He had the Arizona game, too. He had 2 interceptions
in
the
because
Arizona
he had the
game.
pick 6. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying he hasn't turned the ball over. I'm just saying it's not like Mac Jones hasn't turned the ball over outside of.
No, I mean, if you want to look at their stats, it's pretty comparable. Yards, Mac Jones is at 1472. Trevor Lawrence is at 1465. Trevor Lawrence has 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Mac Jones has 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Mac Jones 2-4. Trevor Lawrence 1-5. The biggest difference right now, and the one that kind of stands out a lot, is completion percentage. Where Trevor Lawrence is at 59% and Mac Jones is in the 70s.
I think he's 71%.
71%.
And I guess that's where I would go with this. If you look inside the numbers, Austin, do you want let's flip this around. Let's flip it around and say Trevor's got 71% and Mac's numbers. And I would say what we would be asking around here is, okay, can Trevor push it down the field? Because I think that's what they're asking in New England. Now, you'd say weapons. Okay, well, the Jags don't necessarily have a litany of weapons either, and the Patriots don't. But Mac Jones, prior to that big touchdown throw after the pick 6 last week, his long was 32 yards. And again, not knocking Mac here. I think he's executing their offense. I think they're being smart with their offense. I think they don't have they're not this dynamic offense. And so he's executing things, and he's doing it at a pretty high level if you're completing 71%. I would just say, I think if you look inside and you really broke the 2 down, I feel like the Jags are asking Trevor to do more than that. And
I mean,
I feel like they are.
Well, if you want to go by yards per attempt, Mac Jones, game number 1, 7.72. Trevor Lawrence, 6.51. Game number 2, Trevor Lawrence, 3.58. Mac Jones, 6.20. Game number 3, Trevor Lawrence, 6.44. Mac Jones, 5.29. So Trevor beat him there, and so on and so on. So, like,
did Trevor beat him the last 4 weeks, though, is my question. Because the first 2, he obviously didn't play well.
No, Trevor, the last week, he had 7.78. of yards per attempt, and Mac Jones' last game had 10.9.
Oh, yeah, he had that big one. Yeah, probably skewed it a little bit. But, yeah, so maybe I don't know. I just don't get the feel that he's pushing the ball down the field. And I think if you look at explosive plays, I bet he's doubled Mac Jones on explosive passes, would be my guess. I think he's doing more with his legs than Mac Jones. And so, again, this is not knocking Mac Jones. But you might be right. I'm not even totally disputing the fact that maybe Mac has outperformed Trevor to this point. And what I think the intangible stuff that Mac has done has really shown up in the first 6 games. Because to go toe-to-toe with Brady on Sunday night, right, to come back and have that game against Dallas and give up a pick 6 and then go back and score and give yourself a chance. I mean, those are big moments. I would praise those moments if it was Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. And so I think those are huge moments. The moxie, the comfortability, those things that Mac has displayed, I think are really good. And so, you know, you might be right. He maybe has outperformed them so far, and I guess we'll see, right? We got 11 games to see the rest of it down the road. I kind of like where both guys are at. You don't really have to pick one here, but if we're being truthful, the number 1 overall pick should hopefully, by the end of this year, outperform the 15th overall pick.
No,
that's the idea.
No, he should. But once again, at the same time, and this echoes, what we praised Dan Orlovsky for. It depends on your roster as well. And I think in terms of what the Patriots do, who they have, and, having a complementary defense, they have the advantage right now. I think Mac Jones is in the better situation. So, your numbers can probably be a little better when it's all said and done as well.
Yeah, so I guess there's a lot to ask about Trevor Lawrence, but I feel good about where he's at. There's not been one moment in 6 games where I'm like, I haven't had that moment. And now I also haven't been like, holy cow, this guy's Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert. Mm-hmm. I don't, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't feel like I've said that. I feel like a lot of our, I don't know if it's a problem, but a lot of our judgment here in Jacksonville, and I'm guilty of this in a big time way, is relative to what? Well, anything Trevor does is relative to the last 13 years I've been in Jacksonville and watched football.
Okay.
And the quarterback position has been pretty deficient. David Garrard did some nice things.
Oh, David Garrard had some great plays, man. I remember watching him.
He did, but he wasn't this kind of talent,
Sure.
in terms of arm talent, QB talent, projectable talent.
But but has Trevor Lawrence done anything that David Garrard wouldn't be able to do yet that you've seen from Trevor Lawrence?
I don't think, I said today, the play that they showed down the seam, I don't think David had a pretty good arm too, but from the reads, from what he does at the line of scrimmage, I think they had to simplify things. They did an either-or type of deal at the line of scrimmage with Garrard. I think they're asking Trevor to do a lot more, see a lot more as these weeks go along, especially as a young guy. I mean, when I got to David, it was 08, 9, 10, and he'd obviously been here 5, 6, 7 years, so they were at a different point in their career. To say I've never seen a guy throw it like Trevor does and some of the throws that he makes, like that one down the seam. To say I've never seen, like, Mercedes Lewis catch a ball down the seam, that's not true. I don't think, like, Minshew and Bortles and Gabbert and those guys made the play that we saw him make to Marvin Jones. I really don't think I've seen that.
Are you talking about the touchdown?
No, well, that too. Everybody throws a good ball.
I also saw Nick Foles have the throw of his life in Jacksonville to get hurt.
He did, he did. But I'm talking about the one down the seam where he's getting hit on the play, and Orlovsky broke it down today.
He throws over the linebacker, and he kind of – Dave Garrard can do that.
I didn't say okay. You just asked me about Garrard. I said Garrard has the arm strength to be able to do it.
Okay.
And by that time, he was a 5, 6, 7-year vet. He probably did that to Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah.
I never got the feel, by the way, that DG could do that on a regular basis. I think this guy can do that on a regular basis. I think this guy stretches the fields, uses like the end zone corners more than I've seen other guys do it already through 6 games in Jacksonville. I don't think Minshew ever wanted to go through over the middle on a play like that.
Yeah.
I don't think Gabbert was willing to hang in the pocket and throw that because he was going to get crushed, even though I saw him make that throw in practice. And I don't think Bortles did because I think the ball wouldn't have got there and accurately and would have been knocked down. So, yeah, I think I'm seeing him do things that I haven't seen other people. My point is, I'm not sure that makes him great. It makes him better than what we've had in Jacksonville.
No, for sure.
And so we got to be a little careful. I've got to be careful of that. Because this kid has a skill set that we just haven't seen, especially 6 games into his career. That maybe no other quarterback, even Brunell in his early days, wouldn't have probably done some of the things Trevor's doing right now.
No, and I'm seeing the footage right now that Orlovsky breakdown in terms of that one play and exactly what happened. And, yeah, I mean, I can't hear what he's saying, but I see what Lawrence did there, and it was a fantastic throw for sure. But I'm also saying, like, I have seen that before here. Like, I've seen Dave Garrard score a touchdown like that. I think it was against the Colts one time. I'll have to find that highlight if I can find it. But like, I've seen Dave Garrard do that before. But it's a matter of, can Trevor Lawrence do it on a consistent basis? And plus, Trevor Lawrence is a rookie. So obviously, if you've been in the league for a while, you can recognize those things. But no, I think, like I said, I think Trevor Lawrence is where I expected him to be at. There's been some wows. There's been some okay. And there's been some probably a little better. But at the end of the day, I'm still hopeful, and that's all I think you can ask right now with this roster and where this team is at.
Yeah, and I think you just said a good word there, right? Because Trevor Lawrence represents hope in Jacksonville in a lot of ways. And I feel like that's what you just said is not a blind hope, not a blind faith. I think he's showing us things that say, yeah, if he continues to do these kind of things multiple times a game and he can make that throw when he needs to on 3rd and 2 or 4th and inches or whatever. A couple of those times that he's already done it and executed in big spots, 4th and 8 the other day, and execute that play. I just feel like every week there's building evidence. And what we don't talk about is what he's doing with his legs. I mean, some of the instinctual plays are hard to describe, but I do think like some of those free runners coming off the edge and his ability to react and then throw to a guy, I don't know if we've seen that a lot. I really don't. I think this is a guy, what he's doing, I think Bevel talked about it this week, what he's doing at the line of scrimmage, what his physical talents already have, his instincts and maybe IQ of the game. We just haven't seen that package. We might be able to pull a play here or there from past QBs, but we just haven't seen it like this. You've been big on, hey, and I don't want to get you in the Keyshawn Johnson category here in terms of the conversation, but you have been big on, hey, the wins. I mean, you do need to win. We can't sit here and, hey, it's 1-16 or 2-15 and be like, wow, well, this guy is the real deal. How many? You got 11 games left. I mean, if he wins 4 of them, if they go 4-7, and this progression in terms of each week kind of slowly continues or stays steady at the very least, not a lot of peaks and valleys, would you be happy with that to get to, I don't know, 5 wins, 5-12? Would that send you into the offseason with some excitement the way he's tracking and maybe with a handful of wins?
Okay, so are you asking me from Trevor Lawrence's standpoint, would I be excited for him?
Because we've had this argument before that, like, I think you can see a lot in Trevor even without the wins. I really do. But I understand why people will say, well, you still can't go 2-15 and get me excited about year 2, and this guy's going to change the whole organization around. Like, I understand your point on that. But so how many – we know they're not winning 8 games, right?
No, but hang on, though. I don't want my words to be misconstrued here. When we're doing our quarterback grades and I say I give you a B or a C because you didn't win the football game, like I base it off that. Like your performance, obviously, you know, it's not an A-plus performance because, well, you didn't win the football game. It's all about winning the football game. From Trevor's standpoint, yeah, I mean, if he was able to win 3 or 4 games – that would help me feel better about things, but I'll be honest, I'm looking for more in terms of how many touchdowns can he throw, how many big plays can he produce, because right now he has a defense that's not playing good complementary football. So, like, he can't do it all himself. So as long as what I see from Trevor Lawrence is more confidence, more poise, taking command of the huddle, if I can see him run some 2-minute drills, if I can see him run some no huddles, stuff like that, then I'm all on board. Like, I don't want it to get tied to wins and losses for Trevor and say, well, if he only wins 2 games this year, it's a failure. I don't want to say that at all, because I think that the roster around him, you know, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, listen, we've criticized Keyshawn and what he's saying, but if we're being real about it, to see him go win a game at some point this year in what you just said, in a 2-minute situation, and, you know, they got a little they had to execute a couple of plays, but they went backwards the other day, even though they were given a good field position before they had to kick a 53-yarder. I think we're looking at a game where it's 24-20. They get the ball with 1:50 and a timeout or 2 left, and he's able to go down the field and put him in the end zone. Like, can we get that kind of play, right? If we look back at last year, we felt like Herbert and Burrow could do that. If we looked at over the years, we feel like Patrick Mahomes been able to do that even early on. We feel like Lamar Jackson's been able to make a dynamic play or 2 in those spots and bring them from behind, and he gets all the glory and the credit. I know Trevor doesn't want this, but can we get a game where everybody around the NFL was like, holy cow, did you see Trevor Lawrence? Like, I feel like that would do wonders around here if we get that kind of game at some point. To your point, they have to catch the football. They have to play better around them. They've got to stop people. They've got to put the team in that position a couple of times to give it an opportunity to do it.
No, for sure. You know, because at the end of the day, I mean, you know, Herbert won 6 games out of 9 of them, right? So essentially he was 6 for 15. You know, I think the hype from Justin Herbert didn't come from the wins. The hype from, because he lost some. The hype from Justin Herbert came from, wow, look at these crazy numbers that he's throwing up. Look at how many touchdowns he has. Look at the yardage. And that was with Austin Eckler when he was healthy as well, and then he gets hurt, and obviously it's more of a passing-oriented situation. You have James Robinson, who's going to take some of the shine away, as he should, because he's that good of a running back. But that's where I'm going to put my eggs in the basket. I'm going to say, if the touchdowns are there, you know, if the lack of turnovers are there, if the yardage is there, when he has his opportunities to do so, then yeah, I think it's going to be a success.
Yeah, I think like what you just said is right. Herbert didn't always win the game, but he put them in position to win the game. It looked like their defense then would blow it late or something. Remember the Monday Nighter, right, the Drew Brees thing? They went back and forth, and then the Chargers found a way to lose because the Chargers, well, they were finding ways to lose under Anthony Lynn. But it wasn't because of Herbert. And that's where if you can still lose games, but it wasn't because of Trevor, he gave you every chance possible to win, I think people will feel good about that. Can we get a couple of those, and maybe some game-winning drives, a game or 2, down the rest of this 11 games, I think it would really give this whole city organization, locker room, and Trevor a lot of momentum going into 2022. So Trevor Lawrence talk here on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. What about the game tonight? Do the Browns have a chance to win this game with everybody banged up? We'll do some of our picks when we come back. Live from String Sports Brewery on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Clear skies, mild temperatures tonight will drop into the mid-60s. Partly sunny and warm tomorrow. Your Friday high around 85. From the CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Don't miss Beard's BOGO Wedding Band Sale happening now through October 24th.
Is your home not feeling very new anymore? Sick of that pink bathroom tile, popcorn ceilings, a stove older than you are? Whether it's repairs or reno, finance it smart with a Honeydew HELOC from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, where you can borrow up to 90% of your home's appraised value. You've got good taste, but your block counters ain't cheap. So get to work and open a Honeydew HELOC with 1-to-1 Financial. When you do, we'll send you a free handyman tool set to get started. Apply online at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
So, have you noticed when you watch the news that lots of crimes are recorded on cameras, especially ding-dong doorbells? Well, that's because they don't have proper security systems with them. Cameras are very sophisticated today and have multiple options. That's why you should deal with the experts at SafeTouch Security. When combined with a SafeTouch security system, the possibilities are endless. And when the SafeTouch experts install your cameras, they're virtually hack-resistant. And SafeTouch never shares your internet or personal information. So for the latest info on NVR cameras, digital cameras, or cameras with cloud storage, SafeTouch can help you choose the cameras that are right for you and your family. And even the best camera needs a SafeTouch security system. Don't give the bad guys a doorway to invade your home and family. Call SafeTouch today and see the many options available to your home and business. You'll be surprised how affordable a new SafeTouch integrated system can be. Call now while we still have our most popular options available, or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF0000233.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry, the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
And I understand your son is the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted, being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are harder to quit than regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Tom McCarthy and Mike Golick here from Westwood One with a preview of Thursday Night Football. Week 7 kicks off in Cleveland with the Browns hosting the Denver Broncos. Mike, it's 2 3-3 teams that are looking to turn around their season, but that may be especially tough for the injury-ridden Browns.
So true, Tom. So many unknowns at this point for the Cleveland Browns, and what's worse, it is on a short week for a team that's lost 2 in a row, and at this point now going up against the Denver Broncos, who have lost 3 in a row, come out of the gate so strong at 3-0, now have lost their last 3. While we're not even halfway through the season yet, both these teams are in desperate need of a win to stay near the top of their division.
Join us for the Broncos and the Browns coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com. And remember to listen for the NFL right here all season long.
Hey, frequent heartburn may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to prilosecotc.com. You'll get $3 off to get you started, plus 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, zero heartburn. Go to prilosecotc.com and sign up today. Zero heartburn is possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Are you wasting money on a timeshare you rarely use? Cancel it with Titan Exit Group. Get a free consultation and see how they can stop the never-ending maintenance fees and mortgage payments. In fact, if your timeshare contract is not terminated, you owe nothing, so you have nothing to lose. But those monthly fees. Get legally released from your timeshare, 100% guaranteed. Call now for your free consultation at 800-200-0894. 800-200-0894.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jackson. After you listen to us from 3 to 6 today, hear Thursday Night Football as the 3-3 Broncos travel to Cleveland and take on the 3-3 Browns. Coverage starts at 8 right here on ESPN 690.
I'm built for this. This is what I've done my whole career, not knowing if I'm going to start up until the game time, to not knowing who's out there with me, to introducing myself to players while I'm calling a play type stuff. So, I'm excited. What better chance to, take advantage of an opportunity than on Thursday Night Football? I know these opportunities don't come around very often to be a starting quarterback in this league, only 32, per week. So I'm ready to take advantage of it.
Thanks, Case Keenum. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane. Casey Kurtz.
Were you looking for affirmation? Like what?
Thanks, Case Keenum.
I was actually reading something. It was funny because I'm looking at our rundown, and we had some leftover categories from yesterday.
Yeah.
And so we had this category, and I can't read what Casey put on the rundown.
Yeah.
And but he said Casey has a problem with the street lights around here.
I do.
Well, ironically, there was a tweet before the show today from a former coworker, maybe the competition, at why I may have left the other station.
Oh.
and it was jokingly about a street light, because there is one light in town that is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just ironic to me that came up, and yesterday we didn't get to this topic, but Casey was complaining, and I'm saying complaining in a very nice way, about the streetlights in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, I'm heated.
But this is kind of in a different way. Like, the streetlight I used to complain about just took forever, and then it allowed 3 cars through.
Well,
right?
I got one of those too,
quick.
Brent.
So but I thought you were complaining more about how they go out. They're just like, if it rains, the lights go out around here.
That's the main grievance, but the follow-up grievance is coming out of my neighborhood, which I'm not going to tell you where the lights are, but it doesn't change. Like, the light does not change if there's 10 people waiting, if there's 1 person waiting. The light doesn't change unless the sensor is way in the intersection, it feels like, because I go when I choose, let's just say, when it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm going, lights start changing. So I didn't give away too much, but the point of the story is, when it rains, there's a light out on beach. Everyone's crashing into each other. Nobody knows where to go. The lights don't change in this city. This stuff does not happen where I'm from, and I'm sick of it.
I love it. I love the fire right now. They're just too long. They're far too long.
That too.
Yeah.
I've got something. So there's a variety of reasons, right? The lights can go out. They're either too quick to go take a left in some places that I used to have to do, and thankfully don't have to anymore, or they're too long in other spots. But we were going to play golf a couple Saturdays ago and meet a buddy from Rhode Island who was down. And I never get to the golf course too early. Everybody knows that, whoever plays with me. And don't think the practice range is really worth the time. Worst piece of real estate on a golf course. So just show up on the first tee. Well, we're taking a left. We're obviously down St. Johns County. We're taking a left on the 210 and coming off St. Johns Parkway. And there's a stack of, it's 12:30, and there's, 10 cars deep in each of the 2 lanes waiting to go left on the 210. And you're there for a few minutes. All of a sudden you realize that light ain't changing. Like, that light is not working. So we're just stuck there. And my thought was, who do you call to fix the light?
Mm-hmm. I've wondered that as well.
Like, who do you this is you were able to get over to the right and go straight and then go through the light, not through the light, but through the intersection once it turned green, and then kind of do a U-turn and come back the other way, right? But let's just say we couldn't because it was so logjam. What do you just wait for, like, a cop to come by and fix the light? You just sit there? Who do you call? I mean, you can't call 911. That's not a 911 call.
No.
Who do you call? You call the fire department? Like, who do you call if the light is out and seriously you can't go anywhere?
You make your own luck.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You basically make your own luck. But you probably still should call, right, for a nice public service so not everybody for the rest of the day has to sit there.
Here's the thing.
We're all good. I
Here's
have
the
a
thing.
podcast to listen to. I'm not going to, no.
You say we're all good. I've tried to call about the light outside my neighborhood, but the problem is, back to your point, Brent, I don't know who to call.
Yeah, because then you have to Google it.
And I don't think anybody cares but me.
Way too much time. No.
And our next door group, by the way, there was a thing today, and it had like 50 50 comments. I'm like, all right, I'm not alone. Let's start a riot.
Oh wait, what? There's like not what?
You never heard of next door?
Oh, by the way, next door groups.
Really?
We should do a segment on next door groups.
What is next door groups?
Casey, I'm going to task you. This would be gold. The next door groups.
I feel like I'm
Here's
Casey,
what the next
and I
door
don't know
groups
who
are.
Richard Gere is, but okay.
You know what, Austin?
Yeah.
The next door community group, they're basically like message boards for neighborhoods. All right?
Oh,
And
is this like when bad people move? This is when bad people move to your neighborhood, right?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Or
Yeah, I know,
or
okay.
you know what it is? It's people with a lot of time on their hands usually complaining about everything.
Okay.
It's you know what I kind of view it as? A bunch of HOA people.
That's it. That's just what it is.
You know? That's what it
I
is.
want to
It's
see
like
what my
it's like
hometown
if-
in Wisconsin's got.
If you had 100 HOA people living in your neighborhood, like the people that actually write those stupid things up for not having or for having your trash can out for too long, or
Got one
or not
today.
power washing your driveway, or your mailbox flag is out, or those people, you know, like the most bored people in the world, like those people crafted next door message board, whatever you want to call it, and they spend a lot of time on it. I'm convinced of it.
Spot on. And our next door is wild, just like I'm sure Brent's is. But I'm just glad that for the first time on next door I was on and people agreed with my grievance. So I'm trying to start something. So if I can figure out who to call, Brent, I'll let you know. I'll get the next door people on it, and together we will get the streetlights in Jacksonville fixed. That's the pledge that I'm running
Get the
on if
next
I ever
door
run
people
for
on it
anything.
because they'll take care of it. Hey, Austin,
Hang on, forget this website. So I'm in my hometown of Iola, Wisconsin. There's only one topic available, and it's this person goes, "I'm not a fan of wings, but where is a good place to get buffalo wings?" And somebody went Century, which is in Stevens Point, and that's like 30 minutes away. And then the other person says, "Yeah, I see none. I don't see any wings around town." That's not a true wing. Laugh out loud. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Well, you're very simplistic in Iola, Scandinavia.
We don't even have a stoplight, so no kidding, Brent.
You don't have anything to complain about.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait till the winter season when they forget to plow.
For sure.
But you probably had one of these in. You moved. You had a house, right? You sold your house, and now you moved in. You don't live in a house, but if wherever that house was, I don't know exactly. I bet you might have had one of these. But the funniest one, like, so we have one in ours. I didn't know, Casey, obviously, I didn't know they were all over the place. But Weber, when he moved in down in St. Johns County, I won't say exactly where he lives in case you don't want me to, but he starts seeing this next door stuff. And it's got to be funny for like a single guy who's 37 versus like the people who have a couple of kids and been married. You know, it's just like a different thing. It's like, what are these people complaining about? It's got to be a totally different animal for Weber kind of reading through some of this stuff. He probably is like, who cares about any of it? But there is a lot of who cares that goes on in the next door message board. I think we should have a segment each and every week. Like, what's the latest from next door?
I like that. Because I'm telling you, like, it's funny stuff, and these people get really upset. Like, can you believe they didn't pull their weeds?
Yeah. It's
so
actually,
do they call
Austin,
the people, or is it like passive aggressively? Like they're not going to name names, or do they?
You got to get the right person to name names. Ours is a lot of like, I can't believe that this house didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
it's
I think it's more passive aggressive for the most part. I don't read it much, but once in a while, Steph will tell me something that's on there. I gotta be honest with you, I don't read it at all, but now I might start just for this segment.
You got to.
And
yeah,
it's you know what it's like. It in a weird way. You're gonna have to really get this context, but it's like the last 4 years or 8 years or whatever in politics, but it's not politics.
Okay.
And it's not as, like, divisive because sometimes people will jump in and join together.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a togetherness
Yeah.
of angst and complaining about, well, it being a rainy day.
Yeah.
Sure.
And because the problems are really not that bad
Mhm.
most of the time. That's the bigger thing.
And no one is safe. The UPS driver, no, not safe.
Oh, really?
Trash collector,
They call
not
UPS
safe.
guy
Oh, dude, anyone that enters look, ours is.
What can Brown do for you? I guess
There
huh?
was one recently with like I don't know what it's called when you do like door-to-door sales.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Holy crap, that guy
like
was
they
getting
were-
fried in our next door.
Dude was just trying to do a job.
Dude was
man.
just
Leave
trying to
him
do a
alone.
job. But he was getting lit up by these people in my neighborhood. Nobody told him to his face though. Just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest.
they
I
won't
mean,
do
unless
that.
we make this a bit, this website for me sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, but I think this will be a good bit.
Yeah.
I think also I'm on to something that where maybe I should just start a TikTok account with reading this stuff off.
All
I
right.
really want to get TikTok going.
Yeah, you really been throwing out those TikTok ideas, haven't you?
I'm trying to get one to
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
You know, dog videos do well on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't have a dog.
You can get one.
You can get one. Yeah.
No way.
Are you anti-dog?
I knew that would come up. No, I'm not anti-dog. I just know I wouldn't be a very good dog owner. I mean, my kid was thrown up 5 times yesterday, and I hardly even did anything or said anything.
That is
I hardly
very
take
true.
care of my kid.
That's a
good point.
I couldn't mow my lawn probably if I had to on time all the time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not going to – I just know
It's
my
just more on your
boundaries.
plate. Yeah, it's more on your
And
plate.
If you want that the love of the dog and you know, man's best friend, well, I ain't going to be it.
Fair enough.
Just doesn't fit.
Brent's got
So
plenty of friends.
I do a favor for the
Way
dogs.
too many,
and I
it
know,
sounds like.
Yep.
I don't do a favor for. Plus, my kids are allergic to most dogs.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
But is it really a bummer though, or is that a blessing?
No, dogs are awesome, man. I mean, you know how I feel about
dogs
cats.
are great, but I don't have to like go get the kid a dog because they think it's cute,
Yeah,
and then
but
they don't take care of
dogs-
it, and then Brent's got to
well,
take care of it.
dogs teach responsibility. They teach a lot of life lessons.
Teach
Yeah,
me
why do I-
responsibility. I had
I was
none. Now I have dog.
Yeah, see, now you have a responsibility. Yep.
Yeah, but everybody who gets their kid a dog at like 10 is the one walking their dog 4 times a day, not the kid.
Yeah, true.
That is true. Ask my dad.
Like, that's just reality.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of it's fun still and cute and all that stuff, but not for me.
Yeah.
How about that? So,
How
no,
about
I
that?
don't hate dogs.
When
I
I
just know
retell
my
this story, you're
boundaries, okay?
anti-dog.
Yeah, I know. And I got to be very careful. Now, listen, this is sincere. Austin hates cats.
I do. Yeah, I can't stand them.
Look,
I don't trust them.
I think-
They're
yeah.
pointless. You know, like at least a dog, like, you know, he's going to sit next to you. You can pet him. He's
Yeah.
always happy to see you when you get home. It's like the best feeling in the world because it almost seems like when you leave, the dog doesn't realize that you're coming back. They're like, oh man, my owner just left me forever.
Yeah.
And then we come back. He's like, oh, he's back again. Cats could care less.
Well, the thing with cats is like I don't know who ever made the first cat a pet. Cats don't need to be pets. They're smart enough to like do their own thing.
I know, man.
So I think they've just been they kind of got the
pointless,
Yeah.
pointless animal.
well
This,
okay.
Oh, for a pet. For a
for a
pet.
pet. Yeah.
This segment brought to you by PETA. We'll be back. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. We're live at String Sports Brewery, and we are picking the game tonight. I think I'm still undefeated. Broncos-Browns coming up on ESPN 690, and you can watch it live from String Sports Brewery on Fox 30 tonight as well. Jaguars All Access kicks off at 7 o'clock. We'll be right back on ESPN 690.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
Did anyone watch football last year and think, you know what, I think there's just too much taunting going on? These guys seem to be too excited when they make big plays, and every now and again, it seems to be in the face of their opponent. This does not have any impact on the competition of the game until you choose to make it so. And what I'm suggesting is don't choose that. Don't choose that.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. And watch exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Royal Palm Village Wine and Tapas is hosting its 10th anniversary Grand Wine Tasting Festival Saturday, November 6th from 2 to 5 p.m. Tickets are only $35 and include a souvenir wine glass, over 200 wines, craft beer, and live music. Proceeds benefit the Child Cancer Fund, a local organization that helps children and their families fighting pediatric cancer. Join us November 6th at Royal Palm Village in Atlantic Beach. For tickets and information, visit royalpalmwines.com.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the Sports Performance Lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof, they'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits, like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Martineau. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jacks, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location, get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts: jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper, so many flavors to choose from, and of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jacks. Temperatures keep climbing, and hotter weather means your body needs more water. Stay hydrated. CGC Water Treatment wants to make sure the water you and your family drink is cleaner, healthier, and tastes great. It starts with the Connecticut system, proudly made in America and installed by the pros CGC Water. Not sure about your water? Call CGC. They'll analyze your water for free. I haven't had to worry about my water since I got mine installed because Connecticut systems remove up to 99% of the contaminants. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Connecticut makes the world's most efficient softeners, non-electric twin tanks that use less salt and water during regeneration. Save up to $500 on select softener and RO systems this month. Financing available with approved credit. Call CGC Water at 904-552-1242. Call and ask about Conway Club, the new service program that will save you money on salt, filters, delivery, parts, and labor. Tell them Brent sent you and find out all the details and all the great ways you can save. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
Know what time it is? It's time to get moving. Cora Physical Therapy has opened a new state-of-the-art clinic in Kingsland on Boone and Haddock, and will be opening another one soon in Brunswick. With Cora, you have access to licensed, passionate clinicians, only the most innovative equipment, and life-changing therapies. Cora is all about treating everyone right now. It's your move. Visit coraphysicaltherapy.com for a free screening. No physician's referral required. Same-day appointments available.
Prices are falling at Beard's Diamonds.
But hurry, it lasts until this Sunday only. Buy one, get one is back at Beard's Diamonds.
No other jewelry store in North Florida can match it. Buy any band and get the other band free.
Yes, it's a buy one, get one free on wedding bands.
But hurry, now through Sunday only.
And only at Beard's Diamonds.
Beard's has brought in cases of inventory with the latest styles from the hottest designers just for the sale.
It's the largest selection of men's and women's wedding bands in North Florida.
You can save thousands. Buy any wedding band and get the other band free.
And only at Beard's Diamonds.
If you're getting married soon or want to upgrade your wedding bands, now is the time during Beard's Buy One, Get One sale. Going on now. But hurry, Sunday is the last day.
Get the lowest prices in Jacksonville, guaranteed, at Beard's Diamonds.
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jackson. After you listen to us from 3 to 6 today, hear Thursday Night Football as the 3-3 Broncos travel to Cleveland and take on the 3-3 Browns. Coverage starts at 8 right here on ESPN 690.
this is kind of putting a monkey wrench in the whole program, because if Case Keenum goes out there with a lack of weaponry, no tackles against a Denver Broncos defense that at times can be really good with Von Miller on the edge, and he is very productive, 19 to 23, 19 to 25, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick six for tip ball off some receiver's hand for a pick six that he doesn't get the credit for. That looks different. Odell Beckham, 8 catches, 120 and 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they win. Now people are going to sit there and go, well, he runs this offense efficiently.
That is Keyshawn Johnson. A lot of Keyshawn Johnson on the show today.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for more than one Browns-Broncos rejoiner, and I'd already burned Case Keenum, so I had to go to the well.
Hey, listen, I don't dislike Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn and Kelsey, Jason Kelsey, not high on the list today here in Jacksonville, certainly not. But you can listen to Keyshawn, J, and Max on ESPN 690, 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. You can listen to us, Action Sports Jacks, on ESPN 690, 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Just want to remind you, it looks like we're going to have a 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. show added in. Not all the time. Not all the time. I know you might have got excited about that for a moment, Jacksonville. I hope you would have. But we're talking about next Saturday, Florida-Georgia game. We're working on that from the Duval House. So that's where we do our Sunday morning show before Jags games, home games. We will look to do a 3-hour Florida-Georgia special show next Saturday. So more information to come on that. We have the Blitz Scoreboard Show coming up tomorrow, always presented by the Baker Sports and UNF Ospreys. Go check out UNFOspreys.com for season tickets for men's and women's basketball. A lot going on this week. Big River City Rumble soccer match coming up this weekend. So scores, schedules, highlights, stories, and tickets as well. UNFOspreys.com. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, String Sports Brewery. Let's do it, Casey. We got to do Brent buys a beer. That's coming up in a moment, but we have to do the picks right now. Broncos against the Browns. Somebody takes the winner. Somebody takes the points for or against, and somebody takes the over-under. You go.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to pick. The situation is this: Denver plus 1.5, or you can pick the winner, and the over-under is 40.5 points. To remind the people, Austin Lane, Eagles plus 7 last week. That was a check mark.
That was out the gate, too, by the way.
Yeah, that was first pick.
Yeah.
Brent Martineau really went out on a limb. He picked the Bucks to win the game. That got him a check mark.
Season.
And for the second time, I got absolutely hosed with the over-under. So, yeah, I'm in trouble here. And so I thought about this would be a good week to get back in the swing of things. Problem is, I don't know who's going to win this game.
Oh, that's a rough one.
And it's a tough one to go first at, but I've really considered it, and I've really thought about it. And I think Denver's going to win the game, so why wouldn't I take the points with it? So give me Denver plus 1.5 points.
Oh, Denver has the points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, who's next?
Brent, you would be next then. Due to fantasy football scores, you didn't beat me head to head, but you had more points than I did. We both had respectable days, but you had the advantage there, so you pick next.
By the way, I got some questions. Is Odell Beckham playing in this game?
Unconfirmed.
He's
still questionable.
Yeah.
We can tell you who's not playing. That would be Baker Mayfield.
Well, hang on now, because Brent's fantasy lineup depends on our information.
Yeah,
so
it does.
Baker could, I don't know. Is he playing?
No.
I don't have Baker. Okay?
That's why they interviewed Case Keenum today.
I know.
But I got a bunch of guys on a bye. I got a bunch of guys on a bye this week in fantasy.
You never know. They might hit Baker Mayfield's music, and here he comes.
You better
and I checked
it.
that lineup for about 10 seconds today, so I might just take a gamble and see if Odell Beckham plays. But I might make a move. Might have to make a move. GM move, transaction.
Yeah.
I have until kickoff probably to do that, right?
Yeah, trade him for a 6th-round pick. You got it.
Probably.
All right, here's what I'm doing. Cleveland Browns.
To win the football game?
Yep.
All right.
Huh. Wow.
Ooh.
What's the over-under at?
40.5. Oh. That is tough. That is a really bad number.
Horrible number, right?
The worst, some would say.
I mean, you know me, man.
Can't root for the under.
I'm an over junkie. I really am, but
are they getting there?
I don't think so. I think it's going to stay under. Give me the under. I can't believe I'm doing this, but under.
I'm going to pick up game on Ichi. I can't wait. I love the Browns tonight.
Why?
Because it's the NFL, baby.
Brent, who's their starting running back?
I have no idea.
Who's their starting wide receivers?
Okay. Who are? Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, that's fine.
Njoku, Austin Hooper.
I'm sorry. Did I say tight ends or wide receivers?
2 weapons tonight.
Shout out to Rashard Higgins.
Hey, Myles Garrett, I think, averages like 4 sacks on primetime games.
That's a good point.
Is
good. Let him get some quarterback sacks and slow this game down. I like it.
He's not sacking Teddy.
I'm sorry. Is Teddy?
Teddy 2 gloves.
Teddy 2 gloves. All right, okay, so we got a little time left. Do you want to complain about anything else in terms of fantasy football, or is it out of our system now?
If you're in a fantasy league that does not have an IR spot, please leave a comment somewhere where I can see it. But I don't anticipate anyone will be leaving comments because everybody has a league commissioner that understands how the IR works.
Yep.
So I won't spend too much more time on it. It's a sham. It is what it is. Brent, you're buying beer. Let's do it.
Yes, I am. Brent buys a beer right now. And you know what? I'm going to buy one for Robert Kemp Jr.
Okay.
Follows us on social media, follows the show. Very helpful to the show, by the way, today on a couple of occasions. Robert Kemp Jr., whose handle says chillin'. Well, he can chill right here at String Sports Brewery in Springfield with a free beer from me. Brent buys a beer because he gave us a very good play from Trevor Lawrence during our Trevor Lawrence conversation. When you mentioned Kasim Osgood, he shared the story of Kasim Osgood. And when you mentioned the hazing haircut, who was it that it happened to?
Kevin Haslam.
Kevin Haslam?
Yep.
He shared that with us.
Oh, nice.
So
she shared the picture too, right?
Yes, he did.
Fantastic.
I see the picture.
Fantastic.
Yes, that was a hard one to describe on radio.
It sure is.
Well, it's not really hard to describe. I just don't know if I'd say it.
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. Going back to Casey and his complaining, though, for a moment.
All right.
Hey, you know what this is? It sounds like we have a new commissioner, Brent. That's what it sounds like.
I love how you just so here's the text from Casey yesterday.
Oh, are you complaining still?
I don't know.
This was like 3 in a row. This was one text. Said, because we were looking for some ideas. Like, hey, what's some ideas for the show?
Yep.
Have you ever played in a fantasy league with no IR spot? That's what you just talked about, right? Pretty whack, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard of ASMR?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I know you have, Casey. You're the one that asked the question.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah.
This is what you texted, Casey.
I forgot.
Said,
yeah.
Why are the stoplights always out in Jacksonville? Every time it rains, one of the lights on beach goes out, and it's madness across the street. This bleep doesn't happen in Sarasota.
Yep.
It's true, it doesn't.
And you know what the best part of that whole thing is? When I was asked to voice what my topics are going to be, haven't talked about any of them yet.
Yes, we have. We
talked about
Dan
the
Campbell.
Quarterback one today.
The quarterback one. Kyrie Irving still shelved.
Hey, it's a long week.
It's all good, man.
Yourself.
No, it's all good, man.
Tomorrow's Friday.
No, but thank God we got those stoplights out of the way, because that was
Dude, the stoplights are a problem.
I know. It's not like Kyrie Irving's going through it right now. It's all good, though.
What's the better conversation? Stoplights
keep
in
it
Jacksonville
local.
or Kyrie Irving?
But here's the thing. If you listen to ESPN 690 throughout the day, you hear about Kyrie Irving. You don't hear about the stoplights except on this show.
It's real-life problems.
Thank God we learned that Serena Williams went to UMass today. That was fantastic.
Yeah, well, that was good, too.
Pre-med, right?
We need Kyrie Irving sitting at home collecting $17 million not to play. I mean, what kind of story is that?
To tell you what it is, it's a trending story.
We will talk about it maybe tomorrow. By the way, that Knicks Celtics game to start the year was very good.
Well, in Casey, make sure you find any Dan Orlovsky audio for tomorrow as well, because apparently this is ESPN Dan Orlovsky now, according to
Brent
Martin.
Orlovsky. Love you,
Say
Dan
it
Orlovsky.
again. One more
Love
time.
You, Dan Orlovsky.
All right.
Key to the city for Dan Orlovsky. Keep the Trevor
Unbelievable.
talk coming. We love you. All right, Jaguars All Access coming up 7 o'clock right here at String Sports Brewery. 8 o'clock is on Westwood One coverage of the Browns and Broncos. And you can come by and watch baseball and football in our show right here at Strings all night long. We'll do it again tomorrow. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.
Thursday Night Football